So we already
Okay.
left Kaer Maga,
Yeah, you got on a boat
and we're on the
because you
boat.
guys are really good at this game. Yep.
I feel like you're judging us.
Well,
You got on a boat, and let's see how else can I make this. There was a bunch of statues on the boat too. It was shipping statues down to
Oh my god, we're the worst players
Yanderhof.
ever.
huh.
Statues, and perched on all these statues is a bunch of crows.
Yeah, the good news is, Zerdarium, is Pluto's not on your team, or else we would not have gotten on that boat.
True.
I would have been very against it. I've been like, don't we got like a scroll of teleport or something that Amber's been holding on to for? Actually, I think you. Do you guys have just a? I think you just have a scroll of teleport.
I don't have one.
That's right. Yeah,
We
I
have
think you
a
just have the
scroll of
one.
teleport, and no, I'm not using it for something like this.
I guess I was thinking you guys could have had more because I had like scrolls of teleport on what's his name, but he got away, so you guys didn't get any of his stuff that was on his person.
Hmm.
I can't remember if he. No, he didn't use it because he dim doored. He just hardcast dim door. So yeah, he's still out there. You guys might just get attacked by him again. You never know.
Great.
I mean, you guys do still have a gigantic thing that he was trying to, some sort of gigantic weapon that you guys haven't figured out how to use yet. That he was trying to figure out
That's
how to
mine.
use. His idea was to use a flesh golem.
In mine, I mean, it's probably going to be Kale's, but it's mine.
Maybe, I mean,
Okay. So yeah, are we like on the boat right now then still?
you guys are getting on the boat like
Oh,
right
getting
now, I
on.
guess. Like
Okay.
the boat just pulled up. I don't know if you guys actually committed to like for sure getting on, but I assume you guys are gonna get on the boat.
Okay.
Does it actually have all of that shit on it?
No. So this is like a barge. It's got like people pulling in their own like some wagons and stuff up there. A lot of these are like trading caravans that are taking it. Um, and yeah, it's heading down to like the down the Yonabakari River. So you guys are. It's not going all. This one particular one isn't going all the way to Yanderhof, but it'll get you close enough to Yanderhof that you can, when you get off it, you'll be able to get there by the it won't be that long a trip. Like it'll probably just take you a day to get to
Cool.
Yanderhof. I think I found so I like one of the older books. I found like a table. They had like travel distance by foot for like everything within Varisia. It was kind of neat. Although I think when I was going by that table, I was looking at it, I think I was playing it as Varisia being like a little bit easier to traverse than they were saying it was, but whatever. I'm still gonna go by kind of roughly the values I was using before in terms of the travel distance. Anyway, so yeah, there's a bunch of people on the boat. I think you guys talked with some of them as well. Uh,
Did we? I
maybe
don't
when you
know.
guys
I
were
don't
away.
remember that.
I don't remember. Maybe you guys didn't actually talk with them. You guys could have talked to them, but you chose not to for some reason. I guess. Uh, they're
Well,
mostly
I
just
think
like
that's where we left off.
I guess you guys had just got there, perhaps. Yeah. So, yeah. So, like I said, most of them are trading caravans. You don't notice anything like you don't notice any like exotic looking like you don't see any like tieflings or dwarves or elves or anything weird like that. It just looks like it's all a bunch of. You see humans. You see a couple. You see some dwarves. Maybe see a couple half orcs that look like they're probably like caravan guards basically or caravan hands maybe, and that's about it. Were you guys using like floating disc or something to carry stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That lasts like hours. You actually you maybe have to cast like a second time later in the day, but so you
Yeah.
guys probably are getting. You guys would have probably actually noticed. You guys are getting some looks when you guys are like getting on the boat
What
or
kind
like
of
even
look?
while you're waiting.
I'm used to
Like people
getting
like
looks
curious
because I'm
looks.
a frog.
All right, like people are just interested in like nobody's kind of ever like tried to make conversation with you, but you definitely seen like people like noticed you guys there because yeah, uh, probably even some people maybe would notice Tiki as well once they look like once they're like looking more like what the heck's up with that the magic floaty thing. Uh, Probably Tiki would be the party member that'd stand out the most in terms of the fact that Tiki's a frog person.
Do we just have like the artifact like on a disc?
No, we don't. That's on my back.
Yeah, the artifacts in Amber's backpack, wrapped in like a
Okay.
bedroll or
All
something.
What's on the
Amber's
floating
stuff
disc?
is on disc.
All of the rest
On
of my
floating-
stuff.
Yeah, all the rest of Amber's stuff plus Alias's body, I think, is on the.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we had it
it's,
covered.
It's covered. It is covered,
Oh.
but it's.
But it's also
It's
floating
still there's just a
disc
bunch
covered.
Yeah, there's just it's still a floating disc. That's the part that's making it is drawing attention is the fact that there's a floating disc there.
It's not suspicious at all.
You guys are at that weird spot where you're able to move stuff around with floating discs everywhere, but not just teleporting everywhere and using overland flight everywhere you go.
Our maneuverability is kind of like, yeah.
The weird spot where you're still wandering around in public as a wizard, like as an obvious wizard,
Right.
not able to just ignore everyone. Just like I'm above you, literally. I tell you not to touch me, peasant, but you can't because I'm 500 feet above you.
I mean, I can do that. I can take my disc with me.
Yeah.
Right? You have overland
I
flight.
just can't do it forever.
Yeah, you don't have. You could just use like fly or something for minutes per level.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Brugger will keep an eye out on anybody who looks like they might be like getting too interested in the floaty disc and what's being covered.
Okay. So you want to roll like a sense motive for that to see if you detect anyone watching you having.
I was thinking more
of
like a perception.
Either I'll take either one.
I'm way too oblivious to like even care to notice this is even a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it'll give you different information basically. Like sense motive, you might tell somebody that's watching has motives for watching besides just being interested. Whereas perception, you might notice something that they do. I guess that's abnormal.
Well, they're the same for me. So
Hold on,
I'll-
roll 20 is being a little slow.
Yeah, I had to
it's
like refresh it because it said I was
Oh, there we
disconnected
go.
earlier. There we go. Okay.
It might have rolled twice.
Nope. It also they fixed whatever bug we were having a few weeks back where it would list every skill
It
twice.
did.
Like it'd say
I'm waiting for
perception,
my roll to
perception.
come in.
Yeah, I guess it did roll that perception twice. It was just delayed.
Oh, I don't think it rolled mine.
It's rolling.
Oh, there it
like
is.
3 times.
It just took
Yeah,
forever.
it's just delayed.
Yay!
Uh-oh.
It's
So,
super
roll 20.
slow.
Roll 20 is just having some sort of issues. That's okay. We're not
Sorry.
in a. This would be like super obnoxious if we were in the middle of like the
Combat,
fight
yeah.
with yeah, if we were in the middle of that fight with a Kaer, for example, that might be super annoying. But fortunately, right now at least we're in a more non-combat section.
Right.
The time.
I'm seeing if refreshing will fix.
I don't want to do that.
I don't think so. I think it's roll 20.
Typing seemed to do fine there.
Ah, 48. The classic perception check from Philippe.
The classic perception check, yeah. I guess nobody really notices anything. So Philippe actually would probably be the most confident that nothing unusual was going on, really.
Yeah, fixed.
Philippe maybe notices, like she maybe can tell that it's a little bit of the discussions that are going on. Like some of the caravan guards are like gossiping a little bit about your party. You just want to have like a rogue that can jump like anywhere. Like I don't need fly, I can just jump there. It's no big deal. Well, that too, you'd be able to tumble into any position, which is pretty useful on with acrobatics. Just go right through their squares, yeah. But yeah, no, nothing really other than like you hear some people gossiping about you guys, but like Philippe hears some people gossiping about you guys, but it's most people just like speculating, like, man, what's a wizard doing? Because they think that, most people can't tell the difference between a wizard and a sorcerer, so they're like, what's a wizard doing riding a ferry? Like they think that's kind of weird, but
I am a wizard.
and that's like the thing. You do notice, of course, they're actually that's distracting the fact that there's also a frog person. Anyway, so you guys wait for about like an hour or so before the ferry shows up, and like I said, it's not going all the way to Yanderhof, but it is getting you pretty close to Yanderhof. It's getting you basically to where the Runtosh River and flows into the Yonda Bakari, so you'll have to follow the Runtosh up the rest of the way to Yanderhof.
I mean, we have our light horses, right?
Do you guys have light horses? I don't even remember.
Yeah,
I have a light horse.
pony.
Where were these light horses anyway? Did you guys like pay to have them at a stable or something? I don't even
Yeah, we did drop off a stable. I don't know if we were like continuing to pay,
remember. Yeah.
but we do
I don't
have them.
remember,
It's
like,
in my hero lab.
Was it at the inn? Yeah. Was it
Mm.
at the inn, or did you guys find like a specific stable?
I
The
don't know
first
where
inn
we
that
dropped
stayed
them
at.
off.
Or no.
Yeah, so it'd been the
Yeah,
Canary
the first
House.
inn. Yeah.
It's weird because I don't remember you guys going and getting them when you guys left the Canary House to go to the
We
what's it
probably
called?
forgot about them because they're
I
not
think we just
remarkably
forgot about
useful
them.
in cities, but we would have
Right.
taken them like to wherever so that they wouldn't just be dead or
Right, yeah, no.
sold off as horse meat in Kaer Maga because they
I-
probably do such
yeah,
things.
yeah. I just think it's funny. No, they sell them to the undead town district you guys didn't really go to. Anchorte. They make undead. They make zombie horses. No, there's a trait that gives you a horse, like a light horse, as a what's it called? As a like a trait bonus, basically. Like your trait is you get a horse, and like you can just like let it go when you're outside cities, or you just let it go, and then when you leave town, you just whistle for it, and if it's anywhere near the town, it'll come after like a certain amount of minutes. And you don't need a saddle
Literally
for
an
it.
MMO.
It's a Shawanti trait actually, but yeah. And if your horse dies, you go back to your homeland and you do like a little ritual and you get a new horse. Like they just give you a new horse that has the same properties, like the MMO horse, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, in Second Darkness, we had
whistle
the
for it.
opportunity of getting one of those horses.
Yeah, Maloki had one.
And we
he
could
died.
have
And then he
gotten
forgot about
a feat for it at that point. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we'd have to be
No,
Shalanti,
he
but
could've
I'm
got
sure
it- he
Matt
could've
would
got
have
it as
let
his-
him work with it.
He could have got it as his animal companion, which
I was trying to
probably
convince him to take it as an animal companion.
I think that would have been cool, but oh well.
That would have been super awesome. So we're on this boat, and we have our horses on the boat, and we're going to
Yep.
take those up to wherever,
Yep.
over here, wherever the artifact is.
Artifact's just south. It's like between Yanderhof and Hars. Like.
Okay,
it's
so
like-
over
yeah, it's like,
here.
It's like south of Yanderhof a little bit.
We're going 10.5 feet that way.
Okay, so you guys are on the barge, on the river barge. Let's see. Go ahead and roll a perception, or not a perception. Well, I guess roll perceptions as well, but I want a percentage dice as well. That's the main thing I was actually wanting.
If my roll 20 ever works.
Is there a way
Wait,
to
from everyone or
take
just one
20 on
person?
skills here without like breaking it?
You can
Or
roll
take
dice
10, I
anytime
mean.
you want, Zerdurium. The GM just might not care for it.
Okay.
That
That's
P.
what
You guys
do
want to go
to-
left or right? Roll D2.
That's what you do when you're doing it when you're running an in-person group. Is you just as a
Indecisive
DM
player.
you just roll dice like all the time behind your GM screen for no reason, and they just hear the
Because they can all hear it.
they just hear the dice hitting the table, and they're
Like
like,
make a
"Man,
That's
mark on a piece
hilarious.
of paper.
I use the
Oh, yeah,
GM
yeah.
rolls a lot for decision making.
Yeah, that's like the thing with Roll20 though is like people can't see. There's no indication of the GM rolls anyway, so
Well, in
they're like completely
Fantasy
hidden.
Grounds, like you guys would see my grade dice
Oh, yeah, you
to
see
the
the-
point where
the
I
gray
started
dice.
just rolling dice on my desk because you guys kept like getting triggered every time I do that, and I'm like, God damn it! So I just roll on my
See-
desk.
Yeah, I do that sometimes actually as well. Man, I don't know where my physical dice are right now. Actually, now I think about it, I'm not sure they ever got unpacked.
No.
I'll have to figure out where they are later, but a lot of times I'll do that though. I'll just roll them.
Yeah, I used
like,
to hear
when I'm
them.
GMing
Actually, I
those.
haven't heard it for a while, so. Okay.
Yeah, no, nowadays I just have to type the dice rolls. Okay,
I didn't
so
do so
while you
well.
guys are on the boat, it starts raining.
Oh yay! I like rain. I stand outside in the rain.
Most people don't do that. Like I said though, a lot of people have like wagons and stuff should they bring. Like most of the people coming on here are trading caravans. So they set up like they basically have places where they can go to get cover from the rain. But yeah, that'll also add a penalty bonus to those perception rolls you gave as well. Because the rain is making it harder to see. But nothing happens, and eventually you pass you do pass through a town. They stop briefly in the town of Sarathu, which is I don't know if you guys stopped there last time or not. I don't remember, but it's a small farming town. What was that noise, by the way?
I don't know.
Like a gong. That was very strange. Anyway, you guys stop at the town of Sarathu for a brief time. I'm assuming none of you guys want to like get out at Sarathu though.
What's it known for?
It's just a small farming town. It's known for being like independent. It doesn't. It used to be. They used to be like directly like under Kaer Maga, sort of. Except Kaer Maga is like not an anarchy. I think they were under Corvosa actually before at one point. But they're now like completely. It's a completely independent but very small town, kind of near the edge of the. Before you get to the Storville Plateau, and yeah. Other than that, you guys can roll knowledge, knowledge local or something probably to know a little bit more about it. But yeah, it's up to you guys.
Nah.
In any case, it's not stopping there for very
yes.
long.
Dang it.
I wonder if it lets me roll if I have the required training.
Yeah,
I
you
think
guys
I'm more
basically just
interested
know.
in getting Alias's body
Oh,
to
never mind.
a place of rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you guys don't know anything other than what I just said about Saranthu. So yeah, assuming you guys didn't get off, it continues on. so like maybe one person, or like one group gets off here. Nobody gets on here this time, and then it continues on. And yeah, you guys get to the fork, the river fork, and again, there's another dock there that the boat stops off at, and presumably this is where you guys would want to get off, unless you want to continue down the Yonda Bakari. They do say that
Nope.
this particular ferry will go all the way to down to Magnamar eventually, but although it's a pretty long journey. And this will be pretty late in the day. It's starting to get pretty late in the day now.
Yeah, I'll get off here.
Yeah. Maybe make some camp or something, or find an inn.
There would be a little inn here, like it's not really big enough to be called a settlement, but there's a little inn kind of by the ferry dock here.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, not big enough to be a settlement, but there's a few buildings around right by the dock. And you realize, of course, some of the people that traveled with, like, there's like actually most of them I think are staying on the staying on the ferry, continuing on further down towards Kaer Maga. So yeah, there is an inn there if you want to stay at it, though. I don't think we stayed at this inn before. I don't know if I have a name written down for it.
Alright, well, if it's kind of like late, then I don't see why not to stay at the inn.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okie dokie.
So we go there.
Yep. It's an inn called the Weary Trickster.
Alright.
So it's pretty nice. It's got unfortunately, like, for the taller characters, so probably I don't know how tall everyone is in this party. Maybe none of
I'm
you guys
not
are
that
very
tall.
tall.
6
But
foot.
it's a very
I have my
Yes.
height somewhere.
Tiki's super short.
Tiki's super short. I think that maybe Philippe has to like duck to get through doorways because it's like the ceilings are a little bit shorter than they should be, like for a normal inn, and you can probably tell. Like, it seems really weird too, actually, because you see that the innkeeper is actually also very tall. It's a tall elf. And he sees you come in and says, "Ah, welcome, travelers."
In common?
In common, yeah. So it's not
Alright,
very. There's not
thank you.
very many people there. It's like pretty empty.
We'll take some rooms, some food, and some drink.
All right, and he says, you know, he takes you basically like gives you like a little menu and lets you guys order off it. Yells back at his kitchen. He like walks back and yells like, "Hey, we got people. Liven up back there." And you start hearing people kind of moving around back there.
I lean and crane my neck over to see what he's talking about. Or who he's talking to.
Oh, like in the kitchen back there. Okay, you see there's like another elf actually back there. moving around. And you see there's like a gnome as well. There's like 2 people back there operating the kitchen. And they're like kind of scurrying around a little bit frantically, like they weren't actually prepared to do anything today. And yeah, so I don't know. The food is like pretty simple fare. I don't have like an actual menu I can throw up, but yeah, just imagine it's like simple fare, like I don't know, sausages and
Sure.
stuff. And
Yum.
yeah, but it is whatever you guys end up ordering there. It's actually like it's pretty good food. Like it's even if it's not very fancy.
How many other patrons are in the inn?
So saying you guys are the only ones there right
None,
now.
it sounded like.
Yep,
The only
they're
ones
not-
there?
you guys are the only ones there right now.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I guess it's time for Brugger to start looking like an experienced like adventurer or warrior or something. So he'll ask if they have any like um like tobacco or like smokes or something, and if so, he will purchase one for himself and sit in like a corner of this like empty tavern,
Okay.
put his feet
And
up on
brood.
a table, yeah, and like look kind of not quite broody, but like drink in one hand, cigar in the other.
Okay.
He'll just look interesting.
He's gonna wait and be like, all right, we're gonna be the people in the tavern for when another group of adventurers shows up, and
He's gonna wait for like some people to come up and he can be like, "Hey there, let me tell you a story," and then it inspire some adventures.
Okay. Yeah,
Brugar
they'll
is
just-
becoming the character on Ron's boat. There was this old man on Ron's boat, and he just kept telling us stories, and he didn't want anything to do with it.
that was actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
I liked his
Brugger's
stories.
his stories are fairly good, a decent amount of the time. See, there you go. That's a pretty good story. In fact, he's thinking that right now in his head. He's like, I better write that down.
Okay. Yeah, they have the tobacco for you.
He saves that roll.
They sell you some tobacco for trivial cost. So I'm not asking
All right,
for.
cool.
I'm not giving you guys number values because it's numbers maybe in the silver
Yeah.
piece column, which you guys are probably wealthy enough right now to not really be worried about silver pieces.
Of course,
Splitting
he'll
hairs on
invite
that.
the rest of his party to eat and like just talk about things while they're in the tavern until they get tired.
Yep. I'm not gonna partake
He
in
talks
the tobacco.
about he tells stories to the group about him and his academy days.
And you guys would have had to like set up your horses in. They have like a stable there, but they say we don't have any stable hands. You'll have to house your horses yourself. So I'm assuming you guys take care of that as well. It is
Yeah,
still
we'll do that.
raining very heavily right now, and you can sometimes hear like the wind's kind of picked up a bit.
I'll dry
so you can
myself
sometimes-
and my stuff off.
You can sometimes hear the weather like outside, especially because the tavern you guys are in right now is not really particularly loud. Considering I mean, Brugar sometimes makes it loud because he might start laughing at one of his own jokes or something. But like her just getting really into telling his story, so that's probably like the loudest. Brugar is probably the loudest thing in the tavern right now. But eventually, another group does come in. Probably as you guys are finishing your meal, and it's just a group. It looks like a group of 3 humans, and yeah, they kind of go over and yeah, they're kind of ducking in this unusually short building, and they go kind of talk pretty quietly to the innkeeper there. You guys do anything different when there's when these guys come in?
I'll take a closer look at them and see what I notice about them.
I go advise Brugar on the health risks of smoking, and that he should find a different thing to spend his money on.
See if I eavesdrop and hear anything interesting, or notice anything about them that's interesting.
I I listen to Amber and I nod my head and I say, I'll get right on that. And I like take another puff of my cigar.
So Philippe,
Tiki
you
probably
notice
doesn't
that
like to
they
smoke
are
that much, so she might like cough and scoot away just a little.
yeah. You just notice that they're soaking wet. You figure that they probably came with some sort of wagon or something because they aren't very they don't have like a lot of like gear on them and whatnot. They don't have backpacks they don't have backpacks that look like Ambers or anything like that.
Okay. Are they armed?
You can tell that they are armed. That one of them like 2 of them have kind of poorly concealed daggers. And the other one is obviously you figure is probably actually a armed guard, perhaps if this is like a travel caravan or something. And while they're talking to him, a 4th guy kind of enters as well, who's also soaking wet. And you assume he's probably with them as well. He was probably doing something like taking care of the horses or something.
Yep. Okay. Are they all humans? Did you say that?
They appear to all be humans, yes.
Okay.
Anyway, they talk with the innkeeper in kind of quiet voices for a little bit, and then he kind of goes back and yells at his kitchen again, and they take seats kind of on the opposite side of the tavern from you guys, and but like after a little while, he brings out from first he brings out like drinks for him, and then eventually brings their food. But yeah, they kind of just stay on the other side of the room from you guys. They don't seem to take the bait that Brugar has so meticulously set up to try to lure them in to come talk with him.
So, just for the record, I would be like kind of off in a corner, you know, not socializing or anything.
Okay, they're probably a bit closer to you then.
I'd probably just be sitting with Brugar or Amber or everyone.
Maybe after the meal, I'm gonna go back up to my room and finish working on this ARM project, or continue working on the ARM project. Maybe I can get like 2 8 hours worth of work in today. I don't know.
I begin telling a story of one of the Five Kings Mountain's most famous, I don't know, what would you call him? Like purveyor or like seller of tobacco and cigars.
Okay.
Frost.
Though I find the stories fascinating, I don't find the smoke fascinating.
It's a decent
Also-
story.
Yeah, and you maybe notice that, like, at some point during the story, like, some of the people on the other side of the room, they came in kind of, like, look over and were kind of maybe listening a little bit from over there, but then they go back to their own discussions.
Wah, wah, wah. An average story.
It was decent. These guys just aren't very sociable. At least not sociable enough to come up in their own, like on their own to come listen to you, I guess.
He just
Well,
needs to
Brugar is
start
very
challenging
intimidating.
people.
Look how intimidating I am. Only certain adventurers with enough hit die are brave enough to approach me and my story.
Yeah, or people with very high wisdom modifiers. For some reason.
Okay.
I passed the buck though to whoever's sitting at the table with us to tell tell us more about your home and stuff.
So
I
Philippe
told you
or
some of
Tiki.
my.
I think Philippe and Tiki are the ones actually sitting at your table, because Kale's off in his own table, and I think Amber went upstairs to do work
And if they're
on
not
Kale's
drinking
arm.
something, I'll offer to buy them a drink to wet their lips. No one should tell a story on a, dry.
Dry mouth.
You guys do it? Does Philippe or Tiki wanna talk a little bit about their past or something? Or maybe not, maybe just like a story from their childhood. Is there some sort of like maybe there's some story that Tiki's mom used to tell her?
I don't think Tiki knows her mom.
Oh, well, I don't know then. Whoever raised Tiki.
Do
Or she just
tadpoles
raised
know who
herself
their
in the
parents
swamp.
are?
I don't know. Maybe Grippleys do, but I'm not sure.
That's how I envision Grippleys being born, as just like regular frogs. I could be wrong,
I'll
but
just say I don't really have much to say about my past. I grew up without a family.
Tiki will tell a story about a fearsome creature the other younglings would often talk about and scare each other about. She's never seen it before, but she will describe it just like the Sandpoint Devil.
Oh man, I had a feeling that's where you were going.
And she'll talk about how scary it was and how she would always, hide whenever she thought she heard howls in the forest, but she never knew if it was the creature or not.
Hmm.
I think if anyone has knowledge planes, I guess would be what it is to know.
If
know what that would
anyone
be.
has knowledge, come on, Pluto.
Yeah, I know. Well, Amber's not
Okay.
there, but knowledge fighter, it's acceptable substitute.
Sounds
perhaps.
like quite the beastie, Tiki. I would love to fight it.
So let's see.
Her story obviously isn't intriguing
Yeah,
because she's just talking
Philippe
about
though would
something.
know. Right, Philippe would know from like your description that it sounds similar to stuff that Ace heard about the Sandpoint Devil, having also been like living in Pharisea for, and having lived in Karamaga, or not Karamaga, in Magnamar for quite some time as well. He would have heard similar stories before.
It's a fearsome horse with wings and a tail much like a lizard. Jagged, sharp teeth with blood all over its mouth.
I don't
Pitch
know. The
black
Sandpoint Devil
eyes.
looks really derpy in my opinion, but like when you look at the picture, you're like what? What is that thing? But yeah.
This is a good
I guess.
picture of it.
Let's see this. Yeah, that's a bit better than the other picture I saw.
Dude, the like little token
it looks a
thing
little
is
bit
even more
scarier.
retarded.
Yeah, I know.
The miniature? Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
What about a dragon?
There's a Jade Regent drawing
The
of it as
Sandpoint
well.
Devil's a horse dragon.
Sort of. It's technically an outsider though.
I can have my own fan theories. It's my headcanon.
Okay.
I think they're
Well,
technically devils.
if we're telling monster stories, then I suppose you ever heard of a forge fiend?
Tiki shakes her head. No. Secret shakes her head. Yes.
He says we call them Skandarig.
Gundrig.
They're kind of like boogeymen, but pretty sure they exist. We even got a little rhyme, a rhyme. Smiths, know. Also good for frightening children. For good smithing habits, of course. He puffs his cigar and puts it down, and he says, it went like this, I think. For every scrap of slag you waste, a Skandarig is making haste. Those who use excessive ore find forge fiends scratching at their door.
I don't think I want to see one of those.
They say they're creatures of metal and iron, but with bellies as big as a cauldron that open up and they belch fire and teeth that could tear apart any kind of hard work.
Are those things we fought in Rise of the Rune Lords?
Maybe.
Sounds familiar at least. I guess maybe one of the people from over in the trading caravan like overhears you talking about those and says, "Oh, I heard something." Like maybe he kind of walks over. He's like, "I heard something about a similar thing over in Yanderhof. We just came from there about a day ago."
Aye?
Well, I mean, it's a Yanderhof is a Sky Citadel as well, I guess. Makes sense you'd have some similar tales.
Oh, well, if you do, you're welcome to join me and my pals. As long as you introduce yourself and buy us a round.
Hmm. Well, he introduces himself. He says, "Well, my name's Benjamin Wright. and I'm just one of the caravan hands and guards for my boss over there.
Ah, a caravan.
Yes,
Good for exploring and adventuring.
we're on our way from Meanderhof. We're heading down to Magnamar. This should be a ferry that we're gonna catch on the way there tomorrow.
Oh, well, if they won't miss you, you're welcome to join us. Sit down.
He sits down.
I I don't make him buy drinks. It was just to get him to talk.
You're right. He says I was very glad to see this place was still open. Um, there's been some dangerous looking stuff out there on the way out from Yanderhof.
Oh yes, you never know what might be lurking out there. But have you seen anything in particular?
Well, I haven't seen anything, but it's been a kind of a foreboding cloud amongst people I've encountered on the road between here and Yanderhof. I guess you could say like a feeling of unease, and I've heard a lot of rumors about some sort of beast that's been terrorizing the countryside.
Hmm. Well, anything you can any description or any little rumor?
I've heard that it's very fast and that it can fly.
Hmm.
It sounded to me like perhaps some sort of dragon or something, but townsfolk I've talked to insist that it was not a dragon, and that this thing was too bestial to be a dragon.
It would be strange to see a dragon around Yanderhall.
Alright, and there's certainly no shortage of people that would hunt down a dragon as well.
I don't think I've ever seen a dragon before.
Well,
Did they say how big the dragon was?
um, well, like I said, does Kale like walk over and ask that? Like he hears him talking about
Yeah,
the dragon,
yeah,
he gets curious.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He gets curious.
So yeah, I'd be like, well, like I said, I don't think it's actually a dragon. That's part of the other reason it wasn't big enough to be a dragon. I mean, unless it was like a really small dragon, I suppose.
Kale kind of like takes his hand and like, you know, pulls them about like 2 feet apart or something and asks what like this big?
He has one hand.
Yeah, my bad. Gosh.
No, that makes sense. He's not used to being one-handed. This isn't recent
Oh my
development.
god. That's hilarious.
His phantom arms, like, sitting out there. He's like,
Yeah,
oh, wait.
he's sitting there.
People can't see.
Crap. Yeah, he's
Sorry.
phantom arm syndrome.
Yeah.
So
So he does it from like the height of
yeah, like adjusts and says like from the height of the
Yeah.
ground or something. So
Yeah,
how
yeah.
high up about to like his knee or something?
something like that.
Says, well, the thing is I haven't actually seen it. I've just heard, and every story I've heard it seems to get bigger every time I hear about it. Last I heard it was the size of a house, but that most other people I've heard have said about the size of like a small dog or like maybe as big as a horse. I'm pretty sure the guy said it was as big as a house was some sort of heavily drunk gnome. was the one that told me
Do
that.
you know anyone
so,
who's actually seen it?
Well, not personally. I've met people that said they saw it, though. But like I said, this was on the road. None of me nor my travel companions have actually encountered it ourselves.
Tiki looks over at Kale and says, are you hunting something?
He's like, the dragon that killed my brother.
Oh yeah. I have a friend that we got separated,
Oh.
and it's dragon-like.
A
Some would call it a
dragon-like
pet, but I call it
friend.
my friend.
Well, I mean, if your friend's the type that terrorizes the countryside and strikes fear to the hearts of innocent maidens, then you probably should find better friends. But maybe your friend is the one that was out there then.
Or train your pet. Huh.
Yeah, this creature, I've heard that it can kill with but a gaze.
I feel bad for you. Or,
Wait,
Those are nothing but rumors.
but the people who live here,
well,
they have
yes.
to deal with that.
Yes, it's very unfortunate. Dark times we're living in, he says. Sadly, takes a drink, like a sip of his drink. Dark times.
Tiki looks up at Brugar, like, with this concerning look.
He's stroking his beard and contemplating.
It doesn't sound like Ryza. She would never hurt a fly.
Well, I hope your friend wasn't attacked by this creature then.
Well, perhaps we'll go and check this rumor out for ourselves. And I don't mean to boast, but we've seen quite the few things that would make someone shake in their boot, and kicked its ass to boot.
What about Amber? Will she come with
Oh,
us?
just be careful. Amber went upstairs and continued working on the
I know, that's
crafting
why
thing.
Tiki's mentioning it to Brugar.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
says, "Oh, don't worry, we'll be careful." By the way, have you seen this? And I don't know where he's been carrying it, but I know I had it somewhere. That big old like chul like crab claw
Oh, the
thing.
jewel claw. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
He pulls it out from somewhere and he like puts it on the table.
Yeah, the guy's probably taken aback a little bit. He's like, what in God's name is that?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes into the story about them fighting this horrifying like bipedal lobster
Yeah,
thingy with
probably is
tendrils
like,
and
Philippe here died to it.
Wait, I died to what?
And then yeah, Philippe's like, wait, what? And then you can be like, yeah, he got better though.
Yep.
I didn't die to anything.
I tell you, it was the the creepiest, strongest, nastiest looking two-legged crab you've ever seen.
It doesn't. It definitely sounds pretty dangerous. Maybe something similar to this flying beast that's been encountered out there.
He puts away the trophy and nods. Well, if I'm lucky, I'll find it. Maybe I'll wrestle it.
Well, I suppose if you do, I hope you have good luck with it. Good hunting, I suppose. I personally wouldn't want to see it at all. Not even from afar.
What about mounted?
Eh?
Like
What
on
do
a
you mean?
wall?
Mounted on a wall?
Would
Oh,
you
like,
see it from afar on a wall? Mounted.
I mean, even then, it'd probably be a little unsettling.
It'd be quite the trophy. Speaking of, and he like kind of looks at the claw. It might be smelly since it's been quite a while since this thing was taken from the body. I'll need to
Yes,
find
and I
someone
don't.
about taxidermy.
Uh, well, you might be able to find one in. You said you're going to Yanderhof, or are you going to? Where are you headed?
Aye.
Which way are you headed? Well, you might be able to find one in Yanderhof, although I'm not really sure how much dwarves are known for the taxidermists. I'm sure there's a dwarven taxidermist somewhere, though. I mean, there's gotta be, right?
No, of course. I mean, sure, it's not a popular trade. But, there's scant a dwarven hero's home that isn't decorated with trophies of his prowess in battle.
I suppose I've stayed in an inn before that was run by some dwarf that at least, well, at least claimed he was a great hero of some renown.
Hmm.
And I suppose, as you said, he did have a lot of trophies. I'd say dozens of them, in fact. Some of them more impressive than others. Although the way he told it, each of them was just as impressive as the others.
Well,
Anyway,
that's why
he
I'm building up my collection.
Hmm.
so you can start an inn someday and put trophies on the wall.
Maybe.
Maybe not an inn, but that way people will know the name Stonehearth.
He says, "Well, I'll remember that name at least."
I do know Hearthstone.
Good lad then. Good lad.
Anyways, it starts to get a little bit later. Like, uh, he kind of says, he's like, "Well, it's been a long day, so I'm gonna go." And he's still kind of like damp from being out in the rain all day, so he's gonna go find a. He's like, "I'm gonna go find my room and dry off and get some rest." and wishes you safe travels following day, and he takes his leave.
Alright, yep. I wish him a good night.
And did you guys get like separate rooms, or is anybody sharing rooms? The price, like I say, and I'm not really gonna track it because it's silver pieces, so.
I would have
guys
my
can
own
obviously-
room.
Yeah, you guys can obviously afford your own rooms if you want, and there's no one else here, so.
I would
Maybe
ask
one,
to
especially when
stay
you
with
guys got there.
someone because I can't really. I mean, I can't quite defend myself effectively if something were to happen.
Okay. So does anybody volunteer to share a room with Kale?
I figured the
Come into
brothers
my
would
room.
share a room.
Watch
Otherwise,
me work
just-
on his arm all night long. Bang, 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 bang. That's how wizards forge items, right?
Yeah. You're gonna get a phone call from the innkeeper, and you'd be like, "We had a noise complaint." We'd like to ask you to keep it down, and you'd be like, "Sorry," and then you'll just go right back to doing it again anyway.
What was that?
No, I guess nobody. I guess Kale's gonna have to actually ask somebody then specifically. I mean, we could say that happened beforehand.
Oh,
Does
well,
Kale
I
ask
tell
somebody?
Kale. I figured that you and your brother would share a room.
What do you mean?
That's
Um,
that's hilarious.
No, he's saying it like seriously.
Oh my god.
my brother's dead.
Right. Figured you wanted some, time before we put him to rest.
Tiki says, "I'm not much space. I'll stay with you and your brother."
Oh god.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hmm. Brugar thinks this is weird.
Okay. Can I get perception checks from everybody for their?
I guess
while
I'll get my own
sleeping,
room then,
I guess. Yep.
because I imagine Amber wants her own room, and I'm not gonna sleep anywhere near Felipe.
Well,
I
Philippe's
got
wanted
my
his
own room
too,
already.
anyway.
Thank you very much.
So this is with the -20 as well for sleeping. So it looks like so far only Philippe even has a positive. Oh wait, no, Brugar gets a positive score.
That's right.
I thought it was only -10.
I think I need to reload.
Is it -10?
I think
Might be
so.
-10.
If any kind of stone or unusual stonework is trying to sneak up on us, I notice it even more.
Okay,
Stonework.
yeah, if there's a living wall, it's like trying to sneak up on you
Or a
guys right
stone
now,
golem.
like Brugar, or a stone golem. Brugar has a better chance of noticing it. Like stone golems, like fucking trying to sneak in through the windows.
If a golem tries to
yeah.
assassinate you, you got this.
That would be amazing, though. Like
Oh.
it's an assassin golem.
Can I see
think
the
they have those,
stars
Yeah.
in
actually.
my room?
I'm trying to swim in my tears.
Not really. I mean, okay, so actually, maybe because you have like that special. I don't know, like does cloud cover? I guess does cloud cover interfere with
Well, I think I'm
Tiki's
sleeping.
ability to see the stars?
So, and I think the criteria is that I have to see the stars. So, I don't think it works when I'm sleeping. Now that I think about it.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, like I said, it's very it's still raining out. The rain's not it's kind of died down a little
Right.
bit, so you can still like it's not windy as much now. Like it's the weather's not as loud outside, but it still is raining. Um. So middle of night. Let's see here.
Sleepy times.
Tiki wakes up
Mm.
to her window having been opened somehow.
Oh no.
Okay.
You don't see anything else in here. It's just the windows. The window is open somehow. It opens. It opens outward. Um,
I look to make sure the body is there and that Kale is there.
okay. Kale's still asleep right now. Body seems to be undisturbed.
Does the door look disturbed?
No, just the
Tiki,
window's
panic.
open.
No. Tiki, no panic.
It's not. It's not a very big window. Like you figure you probably could climb through it, but you don't think. You don't think any of your friends
I
could.
grab Tiki's shoulders and shake her like vigorously. Panic!
Using your astral dream projection or something like that.
Hmm.
Since you're still asleep right now too. Yeah, Tiki's the only one up right now. Everybody else would probably be asleep unless they specifically told me they're. Maybe Amber's up still working on the arm. I don't know.
Nope, I'm sleeping. Oh, yeah, Philippe is definitely sleeping. I'm not Amber.
Okay.
Not yet. You're not.
I might be soon.
I have a couple of casts left of a spell. So I'm gonna cast
Okay.
magic circle against evil around me, and then go and touch Kale and put one around him as well. And then go up to the windows and close them, and if all goes well, crawl back into bed.
Okay. All right, and you just go back to sleep then.
I'll probably listen for like 10-15 minutes, but yeah, if everything seems fine, I'll probably pass out.
Okay. Yeah, you don't hear anything. All right. So yeah, the next morning, Kale, you find your familiar is actually back with you. Managed to find you.
Oh shit.
So yeah, he's like curled up. Like when you wake up, you see your familiar is like curled up, basically under your bed sheets with you, basically like curled up right up against you, like sleeping there, basically. And when he wakes, he or she, I'm not really sure what the gender on this creature is, but when it wakes up, it'll tell you it'll tell you about how it could sense where you were at, and it didn't want to alarm the other person in there, so it turned invisible and opened the door or opened the window and flew in that way.
It's a good thing I didn't try to go in through Brugar's window, because he would have smashed the fuck out of whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a little tiny dragon.
He'd have been like,
See,
Okay, so
you guys,
whenever
there was this like
I noticed that in
big.
the morning, I kind of like let out like a very audible, like surprised, like yep.
yeah, you get startled by it when you notice it. So yeah, Tiki would probably have noticed that if she wasn't already awake. Tiki would probably like realize that if she was still in the room. Yeah.
Oh,
Or was
then
a
I
big
would be
scaled
like,
rat.
is
It's
that yours?
yeah, it's like a little. It'd probably be. I think it. Let's see. So these things have different colors based on their age.
Age.
So it looks like it'd probably be pretty young still. That'd probably be like a reddish color still.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
morning and
This-
we're talking with each other.
Well, maybe not yet, but it's morning, so you guys are probably all just waking
Okay.
up. So Tiki might notice at this point that there's Alias is familiar, which is a small miniature red dragon basically, and it's talking to him with how does it talk? Does it talk with telepathy? Yeah, it talks with telepathy.
Yeah, telepathy.
So nobody else is hearing it like when it's talking to you, telling you about like how it flew through the rainy night, was able to turn itself invisible, and used its magic to open the window and fly in.
How long has this been like the Kale's been missing like in timeline?
At least a month, I think. More than that, I think probably a couple months. I think at least 2 months.
Okay. I was trying to scale real world versus this.
Yeah, no, it's been like 2 or 3 months actually, at least since the beginning of the campaign, and that was what Alias's backstory was when you were first in Magnamar,
Yeah.
if you remember. But we had like
Yeah.
at least a month of downtime in Magnamar. And you guys also went out to the swamp. You also went out to help. It was like one of the city officials' daughter got like ran off with this like water fae basically. Do you guys remember this adventure? And
Yeah,
she got
and
really
Elios
she got
like murdered her, like
no, he just
spiritual
knocked her
being.
out. Yeah, he just knocked her out. No big deal. And dragged her unconscious ass back to Magnamar. She was like, because she got pissed off at you guys. She's like, no, we were in love, and you guys were having none of that, or Alios at least was having none of that. So he just knocked her ass unconscious and dragged her back by her hair. Pretty sure that's how
I
it
do
happened.
remember, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how it happened.
And then I think after that, you guys went to Kaer Maga. I don't remember if there's anything else that happened like between that and going to Kaer
Right,
Maga.
so, okay.
Or maybe that might have been before you guys went to the swamp. Now I think about it, I think you guys did that and then went to the swamp.
Yeah, because I don't remember any of that. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and the swamp was where, like, when you guys are coming back from the swamp, that's when you guys heard from someone from this guy who came from Kaer Maga, basically, or from Kaer Maga, and he mentioned seeing, basically mentioned seeing Kael on the slave markets in Kaer Maga, and that was like your lead. He basically was like, "Oh yeah, I saw someone that looked just like you in Kaer Maga." That was like your only lead you'd had at that point. And unfortunately, I wasn't like having you guys go there and be like, haha, just kidding, it was a false lead. That would have been pretty fun though. I just wanted you guys to go to Kaer Maga.
I mean, there's a lot of
Anyway.
fun in Kaer Maga.
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed Kaer Maga. Anyway, yeah, so you're reunited. Yeah, this thing it's been it probably has been like it. The thing is with familiars is they have a empathic bond, so it kind of can tell roughly where you're at. So it's been kind of hanging nearby, even if it hasn't been able to know exactly where you're at. It kind of has had a sense for where to go, like what direction to go. So it hasn't, even though it hasn't been with you for so long, it's stayed nearby.
Right.
So yeah, at least you got one of your class features back now. Now you just gotta wait for Amber to finish your arm to get the rest of your build back. But
I think I'm pretty close. I think I need like a day.
Then yeah,
Okay.
in the morning after we wake up and the initial shock's over, I'd be telling her all about what I can remember about what has happened and how now I'm missing an arm. It's how I woke up.
yeah, and of course you probably. I imagine you're familiar.
I want
to
this
Aelios
little dragon of yours
as
to
well.
have the bright
Yeah.
wing voice.
And it would yeah, I'd obviously tell it about Alias because it would be very familiar with Alias as well.
Right.
Or at least know about Alias, whether Alias knows about it or not.
Well, I imagine. I mean, I imagine Kale's had this familiar for a
Yeah.
while. Like, not like you just got her or him or whatever just
Right.
before. So yeah. I mean, Alias probably just assumed it was dead, but
Yep. That's why Alias never mentioned.
yeah. Well, for some reason, maybe your familiar probably tried following the people like that had took you away, and by the time realized that that it wasn't going to be able to rescue you on its own, wasn't able to find Alios because Alios had probably already left on his own quest to go find him. So that's why they. Otherwise, it would have made sense for it to go talk to Alios and be like, "Hey, help me find your brother," But it
So does
obviously.
this inn offer breakfast?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
They would have already
Yep.
had
Yeah,
it
I'd
at
go.
breakfast. You can go down there.
Then I would have went. Yeah, I would have went down there with Ryza
Yep. And Tiki.
and Tiki. Yep, can't forget about Tiki.
You'll probably find me down there. I got up early this morning.
Yeah, we'll say, and we'll even say, what was his name? I wrote it down. Benjamin Wright is there too, and his
Yeah,
buddies.
I will remember this NPC's name. It's like a Telltale game series. It says like Brugar will remember this.
Hey, you said that they're going to Magnamar. If you guys end up going back to Magnamar later on, he might be there.
Yeah. Maybe.
I should direct them to my shop.
Like everybody else, Amber?
Like, hey, if you ever want to get some really fancy fucking dope ass dolls, go to
The poor
Magnamar.
girl.
Look for my shop. I might
Poor
not have
girl.
any more because I haven't made any for like a month, and I
People
never
just
actually
keep-
taught. Yeah,
People
they keep
just
going
keep
in there and
walking
be like,
into the shop, and she's like, "Am I just supposed to take your word for it? Get out! Get out of the shop!
that's
Who
even
do you think you
even
are?"
assuming that she's actually like sitting there and manning the shop.
Oh,
Remember, she wanted to
true.
go to Kaer Maga, or she wanted to go to Magnamar
But
for
she
her
never
own
did
reasons, and
go.
it probably. I mean, she probably lives there, but I mean, she might not. I don't. She might not be sitting in there for like the whole day or anything, and just sitting there being
Amber,
like,
have you
"Yeah, I'm
scryed
running the
on
shop
her?
all the time."
Making sure she's doing
No,
her
Amber-
job.
Do I look
Amber
like
doesn't-
I have the ability to scry yet?
You own a blinking tower.
That's true.
If I remember right,
Can
you
you
guys
scry
used.
yet?
Yes.
If you guys had the
sort of.
ability to cast, yeah. If you guys had the ability to cast it, you have the material or the focus because you guys can use Philippe's mirror to scry with.
Oh, well,
Yep.
That's what we ruled
I
last
don't
time because it's a
scry that
mirror
way,
that's worth 1,000 gold. So I was like, yeah, I ended up ruling that you guys could use that to scry with.
Yeah, that was a really cool mechanic.
Even though last time you guys
So-
scried, you had an NPC do it.
Yep.
While at
We
breakfast,
could.
Brugar would find his breakfast bowl levitating
Okay.
in the middle of eating it.
Yeah. Because your familiar is liking to prank you now. It's like, just a prank, bro. Calm down.
Brugar finds that these bowls they have at this tavern that sit like slightly closer to your mouth, very functional and efficient. And he comments on it like, I like these bowls. I don't have to dip my face close to it. Should make more of these.
And then after he comments that, the bowl goes above his head.
Oh.
He looks for the button on this thing. Like, how do I get it back down to this level? Where's the switch?
And then it drops on him.
Spilling breakfast on him.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
That's not very nice.
He grunts and gasps as bits of food are now in his beard. And he
Some
says,
of the-
someone needs to fix the enchantment on these bowls. I think this one's defective.
He says nothing.
Maybe at that point when you're yelling about it, about the bowl, like one of the the elf like that runs the inn comes out, like, and he doesn't even really, he can't, he's like trying to, he looks really confused, but at the same time he's like trying to like apologize because he's like, I don't know what the problem is, but I'm really sorry.
I'm sorry for my
What can I
He
do
picks
to
the
make
bowl
it?
and he says that you need to fix the floating bowl. Like, watch, he picks up the bowl and like holds it like above his head and then he drops it.
And he just looks even more confused, and he says, "Okay, I'll get you another one." And
All right, thank you.
he just goes and gets another bowl, yeah, with like some more food in it, and
I sit down and I say, "Poof,
scurries
elves and their
off.
crazy enhancements to food and everything, right? It's a wonder they're not so fat." Too much magic makes you fat.
Tiki looks down at her belly.
That's some advice, Amber.
Benjamin comments that he's like, I don't think this was originally an elf establishment, though. I think it was originally owned by a gnome. That's why the ceilings are so short. Gnomes are notorious for not being very good at judging height.
Everything is better with magic.
You might be right. No, I was talking to Benjamin, not you, Amber.
I know
Oh.
with my fighter knowledge.
Brugar knows better than to get mixed magic into every. I mean, it's good, but not all the time.
All the time. Except for
All
those
magic.
who don't know how to use it.
All magic.
They
all
should
time.
just stay away.
Well, I won't complain if you want to put magic on me to make me more skillful in combat.
All right, so it's still raining today, but not as heavily as it was earlier, as it was yesterday.
A little rain never hurt anybody.
I think I have a raincoat, so I'm wearing that.
Okay, fair enough.
I bought one a long time ago.
Oh, I mean, I guess we should get some kind of like rainwear.
Well, you guys aren't in a place that really sells that stuff, but actually, I guess
Do you
there's a few
guys
other
have a
buildings.
tarp?
There's a few
Yeah,
other
they just have a
buildings.
tarp.
Yeah, there's a few other buildings, and like one of the ones outside, I guess if you ask about it, they'll say, well, there's a little store that's just right next door, and they sell a few different traveling provisions as well. So you might be able to
Alright.
find something like a tarp there, probably. You might even be able to find some like wet weather gear there as well.
Yeah, I have a raincoat. That's what it's called.
Hey, I ask Amber. Hey, Amber, can your magic fix this? Can you keep us dry?
There is magic that can do that, but I do not know it right now.
Oh, you'd think the first thing a wizard would practice magic on is making sure their books and stuff did get wet.
I don't need a book, I just like them.
Oh well, umbrella or tarp it is.
I'm just gonna put a tarp over my floating disc.
I'll buy something. Some kind of wet wear.
Hmm.
But once we're ready, I suggest we get on our way.
Okay. So you guys get on your horses, and yeah, you see like that Benjamin and the guys he's traveling with are waiting for a ferry at the dock there. There's kind of like a covered awning set up out like kind of out next to the inn, so they're just kind of sitting in there instead of like on the dock itself where they aren't in the rain. They're just waiting. So yeah, as you guys are there, maybe Benjamin like waves at you guys and says like
I'll wave
good
back at him.
travels.
And I'll
And
offer the same to him.
you guys are able to continue on. So unfortunately, since you guys don't have like a wagon or anything or anywhere that Amber can work on the crafting Kel's arm right now, you won't be able to continue work on that yet until you guys find somewhere to do that at. But you should be able to get to Yanderhof over the course of the day. So let's get a perception checks out of everybody, and somebody wants to roll me
Oh,
a one.
shit, now I gotta set up macros for my familiar. Forgot.
For familiar.
Can you just give me a character
Ouch.
sheet for it?
Give you what? A token or a
sheet for it?
character sheet? Yes, I can do that. Add character, and then I'm gonna say, let's put it in. Okay, you got Geobog Pthuru. Pretty sure
Sweet.
Geobog is now the name of your familiar. Actually, I bet you have your own name for it, but
I do.
But we know him as Geobog.
I'm writing down the name Geobog Pthuru anyway, in any case, because it's a name that I'm gonna have to use someday. Someday I'll have a character named Geobog Pthuru, and people are like, "Where did you come up with that amazing name?" And I'll be like, "It's my secret."
Now that
Right,
you've
it's
said it
rising.
at least 6 times, I'm probably gonna remember it.
You'll probably remember it. I'll just wait for a few years. I'll bring it up for like,
Dude, my memory is
know.
weird.
I'm curious to how
Trust
many
me.
character sheets you need to create before you find a duplicate.
I don't think you can.
That's a good question.
I think it randomizes letters. It's not actual, like, pre-made names or anything like that. That's why some names won't even have, like, vowels in them at all.
I mean, hypothetically speaking, though,
Even if it was completely random letters, it could be
there
the
is a
same.
finite set of possible names still.
Well, depending
Very
on
large,
the possibilities.
but it is finite. Because I bet there's a maximum length that it allows for the names too.
Perhaps.
So you're limited there. I mean, it's a really high limit, mind you. Like, it might be one of those crazy things where, like, there are as many names in the Roll20 name generator as there are stars. I don't know, though. Or as there are atoms in the universe. I don't know. There's a lot of things like that.
You have to specify visible universe, Pluto.
Yeah, sure.
What dimension are we talking about also?
Yeah. Which universe are we talking about? Are we talking about Galarian here, or are we talking about, like, the real life universe? It's tough to say.
On the road again. I rolled a percentage.
So let's see. You rolled a 0 effectively because you're getting perception penalties because of the rain. Plus, you can only see 30 feet anyway or something, so I mean...
60.
I guess, oh, it's 60 feet now, that's right, you're higher level, so you can see a little bit further. Although I think the...
Does rain affect low light vision then?
No, it just obscures vision altogether.
Yeah, it doesn't matter like, whether you have low light or dark vision
Okay.
or not. It's just that there's raindrops making it harder for you to see, and the sound of the rain's also making it harder for you to hear. Because you're hearing all these raindrops hitting the ground and splashing into
Sounds
puddles
great.
and stuff.
I
You guys are
like
kind of
it.
following a river. Yeah, I
Tiki's
mean, the sound of
probably
rain, it's...
comfortable. Yeah.
But I wouldn't get that penalty if I was trying to listen for raindrops.
No. Probably
Specifically
not.
for raindrops? No, probably not. I don't think there's even a roll that I'd make you
Haha.
do for that, though, so...
Is it like that one girl in Mean Girls where it's like, I can tell when it's raining by my breasts?
Haven't seen it.
What?
I haven't seen it.
So that's just funny though.
She wants to be a weather girl, and at the end she becomes a weather girl, and she's like, I'm 99% sure it's raining, and she has her chest out. She has a shirt on, but she's
Oh,
like
God.
poking it out. It's pretty good.
I didn't see that movie. It gets referenced a lot.
Yes, it's a good movie. Watch it. Saturday Night Live people made it. Tina Fey and whatever.
Ah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys see, as you guys are going down the river, you see someone kind of coming in the opposite direction of you guys. Like you see a group of people, and they look pretty, like they're moving very quickly, and they look distressed.
They're ahead of us, you said?
Yes, coming towards you.
Oh, coming towards us, but they look distressed. Are they coming towards us quickly distressed, or like normal pace? are
They
they
look
rushing?
very... Yeah, they're rushing towards you, but they don't look like they're rushing... Like, they look like they're, like, panicked, basically. It's like two people that look like they're panicked.
I want to sense motive. Are they fleeing from something behind them?
You think that they probably are. It seems pretty clear that they probably are. And they get a little bit closer. And they as they get closer, like, don't go this way.
Why?
And they kind of stop, and they're heavily panting as they kind of get up to you guys. They feel a little bit safer now that there's a group of people that they're with. And they say, saying there was a terrible beast up ahead.
Oh.
It'd beset
Oh.
our caravan. We're the only two that got away, as far as I know. Although I don't know, the others might have got away, but they didn't. They ran the other direction.
What did it look like?
It was a large winged devil of some sort. Landed right in the middle of us, and it flew down from the sky. We didn't even notice it through all the rain. One of the all of a sudden, as we landed, like as it landed, everything around us went completely dark, and we just took off and ran. I'm not sure how many people got out. Like I said, I saw somebody run in the other direction, but they were on the other side of the darkness, and I was too scared to try to go around it. We just kept running. Me and my brother here, we kept running.
Brugar, you think it's that thing that man spoke of?
It might be.
We have to help them.
We
No.
probably should.
Don't do it. It's that thing was crazy. I'm pretty sure when it landed, like one of my companions just died right when it landed. It landed. It had like a death land. It was the most terrible thing I've ever seen.
Pantheon?
It had like it was like the size of like a man, but it had gigantic wings and this ugly face, horns, and a
All
long,
right,
terrifying looking tongue.
kid. I tell him to like slow down. I say, you've already done your job in describing to me how ferocious this thing is. Any more, and you might scare the rest of my companions. But I really only look at Amber.
What? Why am I scared about this?
I'd imagine you'd look at Tiki, not Amber, but okay. You do you.
No.
No,
Tiki's
Tiki's
not
brave.
Oh, okay.
Tiki's like innocent
frog
brave,
can sort
where
of hold
she
its
doesn't really
strength.
know what's dangerous.
He'll come up to you and Brugar will say, let me tell you about this frog. But anyway, yeah, he says, point us in the direction, and we'll do some.
Well, we were just following the river coming up from Yanderhof. From there, we were coming originally from Corvosa, but we stopped in Yanderhof. We were going to continue up, and we were heading towards Kaer, and so it was just right along this road. I mean, I don't know. You should probably like go around or something.
Did it look like it was after anything in particular?
No, I think it just wanted to kill everything.
Alright, well that makes this easy. I take out my war hammer to tell him that I mean business.
Oh boy.
What? Are you insane? This thing, it'll tear you apart. Didn't you hear what I just
And
said?
then
It
I
kills with
tell
its mind or something.
I tell him monsters don't tear me apart, and then I take out like the big old crab claw. I tear them apart.
You
Okay.
should go run to safety.
Yeah, yes, we're gonna. I remember there being an inn up ahead. We're just gonna run there.
You
Go
do
get
that,
your
lad.
stuff later. If anything left of it, come back and it should hopefully still be
No,
there.
that stuff's gone. I'm. Look, no, I'm not gonna. Like, if there was insurance for that sort of thing, I'm sure. Like, I'm pretty sure the owner. I don't even know if he's even alive anymore. It's not my. It's not even my stuff. Like, I was just a caravan hand.
Okay.
How far ahead?
Me and my brother here, we're just traveling here. We just travel along with. It's. I don't know how far ahead. I feel like we were running for hours. But it might not have been that long. It just felt so long.
Get to move on, lad. The more
Okay,
time
and they
we
start-
waste, the more
I'm gonna-
time that this creature
I'm
gets
gonna
soggy.
sense motive that, or my familiar will.
Okay. You're familiar with sense motive. Your familiar thinks that they are just very panicked and frightened, like traumatized from what they witnessed, and that they're telling you the truth to the best of their ability, but they're so like shaken by what they saw that you're not sure how accurate their testimony is. You think some stuff they might be wrong just because like their memory is shaken.
Hmm.
Well, I get my warhammer and my shield out, and I say we ride. Once we're ready, of course.
Okay. All right. So you guys continue on your way then, and the other two guys, those two guys continue on their way, the opposite way you guys came. A little bit. You're not, in such a hurry as they were before. Now that like you guys are between them and the, although they're still very scared, and they continuously, as they're leaving, you can see they're looking at the up in the sky, like paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
Pluto, is there a roll I can do to try and know what creature they're talking about based on their description?
I'm gonna keep an eye out.
You can attempt a couple rolls. Take your best guess out of knowledge, nature, arcana, planes, or local. Um, Philippe, you think that this sounds like it might be. They claimed it was a devil, but um, the ability to create the darkness they're talking about and makes you think that it might be that sounds like something a demon would be more likely to do. So you think it might be a demon. Um, so you assume that most likely having a cold iron weapon would be beneficial.
Okay, I'll share with the party.
Amber would probably not even get that much at a lower roll, but other than that, they don't have enough a description to really know for sure, like if it actually is a demon, what type of demon it would be. But you're fairly certain it probably is a demon. If it is indeed a outsider.
Okay.
Okay, let's go get rid of it. Enough terrorizing.
Oh god, that's really bad. Okay, so you guys continue on. Rain still continues on as well. Up in the distance, you see you see some wreckage of like what looks to be a caravan.
I'm enjoying the sound of rain too much. I start getting sidetracked, forget what we're doing.
Oh yeah. Hang on.
Sorry, I'm uploading a token right at the moment. I should have had this token already uploaded, but I totally forgot to do that.
The rain token.
Yeah.
Yes, the rain token. I'm just gonna throw a rain token across the whole map.
Does
Perfect.
it have
Fantastic.
lightning? Do we get thunder sounds too? Do we get a light show?
I wish that I was better at this shit and had something like Sirenscape or something running. Like that would be really cool.
Oh.
If I
Well,
could,
all
like,
those
integrate
things are
that somehow.
possible. If you open up the SoundCloud
I know we
thing
tried
and just
doing it
type
with,
in like thunder, you'll find
I gave you
something.
your sound, Pluto. Look in chat.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, I've used that before. Or
What
you
is
could always
this?
use asoftmurmur.com, which does it as well. Except there's
I don't
other
know that
options
one.
there. A soft murmur is kind of cool because you can mix and match. Like you can throw like ocean sounds or something, for example, in there, or you can put
that's
the
cool.
sound. You can put like, yeah, they have a whole bunch of different options in there. Like thunder, you can add wind, you can add like a fire, or the sound of like birds.
Earth, wind, fire, air.
Yeah,
Long ago, the four nations lived in harmony.
something like that. So let's see here. I don't actually have a map for this either. You see, my prep. I don't know. I blame the fact that I was sick this week for my prep
I'm just
being
gonna
so
leave
terrible
this sound
today.
on for the stream.
No problem,
so that
Pluto.
they know that it's raining.
Okay. Oh my god, what is going on here? There we go. Delete that. Alright, I'm gonna drag you guys into a blank map, basically.
What if we
So
all
we're gonna make
played
this map-
Vigilantes and then did Captain Planet?
Oh, no, that did not.
Have fun, Game Master.
I have too many maps. Okay, I'm pulling you the wrong map for a second. Alright, there we go.
Oh.
So I need to scroll all the way over. So this is a blank map.
Okay.
We're gonna MS paint this together. So coming along, there's gonna be a river in the north, and you guys are coming up onto a caravan site. Zoom out there. We'll just pull you guys' tokens onto the map here as well. Wait, I should have a category for this. There we go. That's apparently not letting me drag it in there. There we go. Go. Excuse me, roll 20. There we go. So yeah, as you see, there's a wreckage in there, and actually, as you guys are getting close, you see that there is a single hunched figure, kind of within the wreckage. And it doesn't seem like it notices you yet. Let's see, some of you guys have your character sheet actually on your characters. That works fine too. Just drag it in that way. If it'll do it. What the?
I don't even have control of my
I don't know where I
token.
am.
Yeah, I'm trying to like drag the freaking tokens in for some of them, and it's just not doing it. There we go. Okay.
That's fine.
Some of these I have to give you guys control of still.
I'm listening to Rainy Mood.
I look so different without the same border as you guys.
It's because I didn't make your token.
Yeah.
I
Those
know.
are the other ones I made.
I like using the clear borders so that you can see the whole token. I don't know. More art. Woohoo!
Alright, well. Oh,
So yeah, as I
trees?
said, as you guys are approaching, oh, there's some trees there. As you guys are approaching this caravan, though, you see a hunched figure that's back to you. It's hard to. Let's see. Did you guys roll perceptions for that already?
I did,
no.
I think. I got my 16.
Okay.
Do I have a token upload for this thing already? I think I should have something in here that'll work. Maybe not. Maybe I have another token I gotta do, or find the free one that's already on here. Okay, so as you guys are getting close, probably about the point you're in there, you can tell Philippe, Amber, and Ryza could tell right away that this thing is not. They get some sort of undead, like a undead creature. It's a dead body basically. It's sitting there, and it looks like it's feasting on another dead body basically.
Oh god.
Ew.
But it doesn't. This thing does not have wings. Or anything like that. Does not match at all the description you guys saw. Just some random. It looks like it's just some random undead creature of some sort that's just sitting there. If you want to roll knowledge religion, you can possibly identify it.
No.
I guess I can. It's one of these silly tokens. Doesn't at all match what my normal tokens are, but you know, it's all good. So you can tell that this is. Let's see what you guys roll on this. I'd say all of you that rolled a knowledge check are able to tell pretty easily this is a ghoul. I think you guys have fought ghouls before, in fact. Except for maybe Kael, but because you guys fought.
I'm not
some...
sure if Tiki has.
Nope, Tiki has, because you guys fought some aquatic ghouls, basically.
But those are aquatic. Never mind. Whatever. Okay, cool.
I think those are the ghouls. I could be wrong. It's been a while.
They were.
I mean, they're technically a different.
The ones
like, a
that I was
sub thing of it.
investigating.
Right, they're technically a sub.
And I figured out
of
the
it.
entire problem of what was going on. I
Yes,
finished the
you definitely
investigation.
solved. You definitely solved what happened there for sure.
Yep. 100%. No questions
Yeah.
remained.
Yep. Definitely.
The joke
was
is
probably-
we hardly investigate anything.
It was probably the most thorough investigation that has ever been conducted in all of Galarian.
With our
I am
What do you guys do?
Galarian's number
It
one
does-
investigator.
It doesn't seem to notice you. It's just feasting on like another dead body. This looks like a like also this body particularly also looks fresh too. It looks like this was something that was just killed and turned into a ghoul.
Kill it.
I'm gonna start approaching it with my warhammer and my shield drawn.
Okay. So I guess
if
we'll
I
just
can
roll
get-
initiative then. Go ahead and place yourself where you want to go within, like, you guys
Yeah.
can move around your starting location a little bit within that area. I'm assuming some of you guys maybe are approaching up with Brugar when he pulls his weapon out. Let me...
Sure, I'll be like here.
God bless roll 20 today.
And then if you want to have your familiar do stuff, you can roll its own initiative, or you can just have it act on your initiative if you'd like. Either way is
Wait,
fine.
I didn't roll initiative. God damn it. Button. We did it.
So let's see here. Let's add this thing's turn. Okay.
Nice.
Um. Okay. So, is that everybody on the turn tracker then? Everybody that wants to be on the turn tracker? Oh, do you want a token for your familiar, or is your familiar not going to do anything combat-wise in this fight? I guess I can... Let me see if I can find one.
Ron pasted a thing.
Oh, did he? Okay, cool. Perfect. I don't know how to upload that directly. I think I can just drag and drop it into the upload thing,
Yeah.
though.
You don't even have to do upload thing. I can just drag and drop right into the roll 20 window. That was the nice thing about roll 20 is you can just grab things and move it right there on the fly.
It's not wanting to work for me.
Okay. I mean, he can add it to his character sheet himself as well. Anybody can edit their picture on the character sheet. If you open up the character sheet and edit it, you can put that picture in there. And then the game master can
okay.
pull from that as well. Yeah. Shoot, man, I haven't used roll 20s functions for quite a while. Actually.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna save it and then upload it.
I don't know.
Go
Maybe
to
you're not using
downloads.
Firefox, but it works fine with Firefox.
Sort. I mean, I am on Firefox, but it's not cooperating with me. And then I'll make it like, what? There we go. I'll make it small. And because it's tiny, it actually can occupy the same squares as, like it can occupy the same squares as other. Did I give you control of that character? Is that working properly? Okay, cool. Looks like it is. Okay. So I guess I can add its add a turn for it if you want to do it separately. Otherwise, it's just gonna go on your turn. Do you want to just go on your turn with her, him, whatever? Is that fine with you? Alright, I'm gonna go with that until I see like a roll. So Philippe gets to go first. So this is not a surprise. It notices you guys as you walk up. It like turns and looks back at over from its meal.
Okay, what does my character even do in this game? Not very much fun stuff. I'm gonna spend my move action to study it. And then I will use my standard action to move.
Why don't you charge?
Because I don't have an... I could, but I don't want to lose AC. I'll just hang out here.
Okay.
Philippe is very squishy. That's my turn.
Okay. Kael.
Is Ron muted or something? I haven't heard him in forever.
I don't.
Maybe I have been muted for 30 minutes or so.
Okay, because you like pasted the link and I was like, oh, he's probably like talking to someone he can't talk right now. But
So-
yeah, I
That's
didn't
why
know
is
you
it-
were muted.
So he's always been answering my questions too about like what he wanted to do for his initiative.
So we're going to move over here,
Okay.
and my familiar is going to cast a silent image right here,
Okay.
and it's going to look like a person. And then with my singular arm, I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Come on. Roll 20, please. It's not wanting to work. Whatever.
Range touch attack, I guess. Oh, there. It did
Yeah.
something.
Dang it.
That'd be the damage if he hit.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Okay, whatever. It's not wanting to work. Think. Cantrip? There we go.
The bouton's not working.
Yeah, it's not working. So, range touch attack is... just... I think it's just this... No, actually, that would that
It'll
count
be
as
your base
unarmed?
attack bonus plus your dex modifier is what it's going to end up being.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
With a penalty because of the rain. But I'll,
Okay.
I'll work the penalty in as
Whatever the
well. It still
penalty
hits
is.
though. Yeah, it's a -4, but I'll calculate it in anyway. So it hits, and you do some damage. It doesn't look like it hurt it too much, but it did hurt it. So let's see here. I gotta decide if it's gonna. Well, it's not its turn anyway yet. Brugar's turn first.
All right. I thank silently for Philippe not having scared this thing off or gotten mauled by it immediately, and I double move forward, like banging my shield with my hammer as I say, "Hey, ugly, over here!" And that's my turn.
Okay. Amber's turn.
Let's see. Is there a place I can get where Bruger is not in my face? No, not really. Guess I'll move to about here. Point my finger at it and shoot arcane bolt at it. I'm not applying any penalties. Do I hit?
Yes.
Seven force damages.
Okay. It takes some damage. Let's see here. It's going to attack Brugar. I'm going to say that it can kind of tell that this image is like the fact that it's just a silent image, so it has no sound or texture. I'm going to say it doesn't interact quite right with the rain as well. It kind of gives it away a little bit as well. Like he doesn't hear anything, doesn't hear the rain hitting it, so he can kind of tell something's off. And there's also this dwarf right next to it making a lot of noise in comparison. So he attempts to attack Brugar. So a 5 probably misses, and a 9 probably misses, and a 12 probably misses as well, right?
Correct.
Okay. So it tries to bite you and then tries to claw at you twice, and nothing connects. Tiki's turn.
Yeah. Shoot. I was kind of hoping it was never going to be my turn.
Well, you hope they just kill it right away?
And, it's not a hope.
They could've.
I just have feelings. Anyways, no hopes, just feelings. I will... Oh, kind of silly.
As I'm sure you guys definitely are sure that this is just a CR1 encounter that I just threw you guys for funsies, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
100%.
I'll move up here and take a total defensive stance.
Okay. So before the next turn, something else happens. you all hear a voice, a telepathic voice in your head, and it says, yes, it looks like finally a true challenge.
I'm flattered.
And, but it's a telepathic voice in your head. I guess as a immediate action, I'll give everybody a perception check. See if you can tell where this telepathic voice is coming from. Like, assuming you hear it, everybody's kind of like looking like, where's that from?
Oh, look at that beastly roll.
Philippe, Brugar, I guess... Yeah, Philippe and Brugar can tell that it's actually coming up from above, like, way up above, and coming down from the clouds, basically. And they see this creature that basically matches the description of what you guys have been hearing. It's a winged creature with horns and long claws, and yeah, it's basically flying down at you guys. And it starts flying down towards you, and it's using a spell-like ability, and the guys that actually noticed him in time to be able to see it don't have spellcraft, I don't think. So you guys aren't going to know what it is
I have
right
spellcraft.
away. Oh, you do
I
have
got
spellcraft on Philippe?
spellcraft on my.
I don't have
Oh,
good
no,
spellcraft, but I have it.
You didn't
I
pass
wouldn't
the
notice it.
perception to see it. Yeah.
Sorry.
But because it's far enough, it's coming down from the clouds, and it's raining out as well, which is additional penalties. Philippe, let's see. I don't think that's high enough to identify this spell.
Probably not, unless it's level 0 or whatever.
So everybody is shrouded in this black darkness. Let's see. How big is this freaking thing? It's very... yeah, it's the entire map. The entire map is shrouded in darkness. So there is... It's complete pitch black dark. Nobody... nobody can see.
Would my familiar be able to see in dark vision?
No, surprisingly, even with the even with dark vision, like both Ryza and Tiki are probably a little unnerved to realize that they can't even see through the. Unless actually maybe Tiki can because of her
I'm
particular.
used to
Like,
this.
I can't remember if that's an ability you get, but yeah. I can't remember how Tiki's dark vision works, because I think at some point she can see through. This is basically the spell Deeper Darkness.
Yeah, I can't see through deeper yet.
Okay. I think eventually you can.
Someday,
but I don't
yeah.
know if you could yet. So, yeah, there's a Deeper Darkness over you. Now nobody can see it. And I'm going to go ahead and add it onto the turn tracker and throw it on the map as well, up here somewhere. But it's Philippe's turn right now.
Well, do I know anything about it?
Roll a knowledge check. Knowledge planes again.
Which one are planes? Okay.
Yep.
I do have a fair bit of knowledge about demons and such.
Okay, so suddenly the fact that you ran into this ghoul makes a lot of sense to you. You think this is a demon called a Nabasu, which is a type of demon that spawns on the material plane and is only allowed to return to the abyss after they've powered up enough by feeding on innocent souls to mature. And you know that it has a gaze attack that can, that if it kills someone, will turn them into a ghoul. And it feeds, and that's how it feeds on people's souls. It's has a death-stealing gaze.
Okay.
You figure that matches the description when they were talking about it landing immediately and instantly having someone die. That's probably what happened. Is somebody died to its death-stealing gaze. However, we also know that they usually can only do it a certain amount of times per day, depending on how much they've powered up.
Okay. So I'll warn the party, and
You know it has
this ghoul
spell
looking
resistance. You can't see the ghoul anymore. You know
Oh,
that it
that's
has spell resistance. It has resistance to acid, cold, fire, and it also is immune to electricity. And that it has damage reduction against anything that isn't cold iron or a good aligned weapon. And then you know it has several spell-like abilities as well, like along with Deeper Darkness. It also can
Jesus
cast things
Christ.
like Enervation, Hold Person, and like Regenerate, Vampiric Touch, and it can fly.
Okay, so this thing's a doozy. Okay, I'll just yell out to the party like, I don't know, be careful, this thing is really dangerous. It can turn you into a ghoul with just a stare. Yeah, that. And I'll take a total defense action.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, Kale.
Shit. Okay, I'm going to cast Banish on myself, and my familiar is going to go invisible as well.
Okay. Now people really can't see you. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Brugar. So you know there's a ghoul right next to you. You can't see it.
I try to
you
kick this
also-
little shit away.
Okay.
I'm gonna bull rush. And I should roll percentage.
Yes. Okay. Looks like it's going to succeed. So let's see here. It gets pushed back practically as far as you want. I mean, really, it's a CMD of 14.
I toss
So,
it like super
you can
far
push it.
back just away from me, and I'm also gonna try and trip it because I could do that now.
Okay. So what, that'd be like 20 feet or something, I think, or 15. Yeah, it's not quite 20. 15 feet, I think.
Yeah, 15 feet away from me, and this is a trip attempt.
And you're gonna push it directly
It's
away
at
from
-5. Yeah. I haven't included the -5, but it's a -5 included in.
you. Okay. That's still enough to trip it, so it's knocked back
Does
15 feet
this
and
already
is prone.
look staggered?
Does
this-
what already look staggered?
The zombie or whatever it was, did it look like it was staggered?
I don't think it looked staggered.
Okay.
No.
With an immediate action, I'm gonna cast a spell.
Is the
Can
fact that
you
you can't
see
see
it?
it gonna matter?
Why? Oh, right there.
There's deeper darkness right now, so nobody can even see that he just did this.
I guess then that would be a problem.
Okay. Amber's turn then. Unless Brugger wanted to do a move action.
Identify a spell or spell-like ability in place.
Okay.
That
It's just
is
Knowledge Arcana.
Knowledge Arcana.
I think so. What's the DC for identifying it? Is it 15 plus spell level or something like that? I think that would
DC
be
for identifying what?
a spell in place. I think it's 15
15
by
plus spell level?
No, it's 20.
Or is
A
it
spell
caster level?
effect in place is 20 plus spell level.
Okay, so you don't identify the spell.
Auras with detect magic is 15 plus spell level.
Right. So I guess you can't tell exactly what spell it is. Unfortunately, with a 20, you're off by like a little bit. But you do probably know it's a spell, because this darkness definitely feels very unnatural.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and find its location. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay, let's see. First round you just detect magic, right? So
Yeah.
you do detect magic.
Yeah.
Good job.
Not sure which direction I'm looking in. Did I spot which way this thing was coming from?
No, you didn't pass that perception check.
I'll look up in this direction.
Okay.
So do I detect magic?
Yes, you detect magic.
Okay.
It's now the ghoul's turn. It's going to stand up, and it's going to move at half its speed back to kind of where it was. So you maybe hear it, and it kind of growls as it moves back forward. So you probably hear it coming up towards you again.
Okay.
But it doesn't do anything else because that took it's a full round. It was a full round action effectively to do that. And now it's Tiki's turn again.
Alright. I don't like the fact that I can't see, so I'm gonna try to identify if there's a spell in place here.
Okay. And you don't know either.
I'm not
You think it probably
sure
is a
what
spell,
it
but you
is.
can't tell what it is. Yep.
I'm going to haphazardly try to dispel it. I guess an area?
Okay.
Where's that lovely spell? Alright, so how exactly is this gonna work? Targeted, or, wait. What's the area?
You can try to dispel the dark effect. Yeah, you can still try to dispel that effect.
Yeah, just seeing. Is it just my caster level check?
Yeah, I think it's just a opposed caster, or it's a caster level check, and I can't remember if it has just a flat DC or how that works.
It says it's 11 plus the spell, or the caster level of the creature that cast it, but,
Okay. That makes sense.
looks like I'm just a 7, so I'll roll that. Probably not.
Nope, it's still in effect.
Okay. Tiki will shout, "I can't see!" Amber will probably feel one
What
of her
a-
little hands touching her.
Yeah.
And I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Um. So let's see here. Philippe, you hear something land right next to you.
Oh my god.
Hear
You
it.
hear a snarl as it, and you maybe hear. Let's see what happens. It's gonna try to swipe at you in the dark. So
Okay.
does a 21 hit your flat-footed AC?
Am I flat-footed?
Yes, you can't see it. Unless
But
you have
I'm
blind fight.
Philippe. I have amazing senses.
No, unless you have blind fight or something else like that, or some way to prevent yourself from being flat-footed.
Can I use the mirror?
No, you're
It does.
No, because you don't realize that the attack's happening right away. Like you're not able to react to it yet because of the darkness.
Oh man, yeah, it hits.
Okay, and hits through the concealment. So you're gonna.
It barely hits for the record with
That's
the total
good.
defense.
See, you feel its claws, one of its claws, slash at you for 9 damage.
Oh, that's it. This thing's a pushover.
Oh, you're not.
And that's it for its turn.
The fact that we can't see
Okay.
it is a problem.
At least it can't gaze attack us right now.
Well,
That's true. Philippe, it's your turn. So you do know now that there's a thing next to you that just hit you. Probably everyone else probably hears it, maybe, as it lands, like, probably makes noise as it hits the ground, and then another noise as it attacks you, but you probably hear you yell out, like, oh god, that hurts.
Yep, that's exactly what I
A
said
little bit.
when it hit.
Yeah. But just a little bit.
my not so circle of protection from evil.
It's a good circle.
Yeah.
When did you cast that?
Oh, like a while ago when we first bumped into the kids and they were like, ah!
Got it,
hurt."
yeah.
Yeah.
And it has a really long duration, so it would still be up probably, right? Like it's
Yeah.
hours or something like that.
10 minutes.
Wait, that's
It's
a
not
square.
hours, it's tens
Or
of
10
minutes per
minutes.
level.
So it's an hour then. But yeah, it's been enough, short enough time that it would still be up. So what are you doing, Philippe? You have a way to get rid of this darkness?
I don't know, do I? I'm Philippe. I'm a knowledge bot. Do I know of a way to get
Yeah.
rid of the darkness?
I don't think there's a way you could, unless you have like an item that like dispels magic or an item that creates light that's powerful enough.
No. Can I swing at it where I think it's at?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's my move.
Where it attacked you from, so you can attack basically in the same direction.
Wait,
you got
I
attacked from.
can't study it when it's in the darkness. So I can't
That's
see
correct.
it.
Yep, that would be correct. You can't do a study on it.
You're
Study its breathing,
making this really
Philippe.
difficult.
You can do it.
I don't have a macro for this, so subtract 3 from what I roll on the attack. And subtract some stuff from damage. If I hit. Oh my god, I actually
well,
hit.
It was an 18.
And a
You
20.
would, but you gotta roll versus concealment if you don't, yeah, you have to roll against concealment still.
Oh.
I mean, wait, what do I hit on?
Percentage.
Above 50.
Well, if I roll a D1000.
There you go.
Then you have to roll above 500. You still hit, so you
okay,
hit,
Yeah.
you confirm the crit, and it shrieks out as you
The
do-
damage is a little bit less than what's there.
Unless you're passing off that crit.
Oh. No, I'm just gonna do the damage.
Okay.
because I don't
Probably.
think it's likely that other people are going to hit it.
Okay, so you do some damage to it.
The damage is actually, let me tell you, it is minus... Ouch. It's -3 on each of those. So -6
Oh.
total.
Okay,
Since
but you
it's not
still hurt
studied.
it.
Yeah.
But
It's
still
a magic
streaks out a little bit.
rapier, so it does that.
Yeah, but it being magic doesn't help you overcome its damage reduction unless it's unless it's cold iron or good aligned.
No. Okay. So it's
Is
15
it
damage
ore,
before
or
DR.
is it N?
It's ore.
Okay, that's nice.
Kale's turn. Ron, are you there?
Is he muted again?
You gotta be
Muted
kidding
again?
me. Oh my god.
Just don't
Kel
ever
doesn't
mute
quite
your
know what's
mic.
going on. And he's going to cast light on his fairy dragon, on Ryza.
Okay, you attempt to cast the cantrip light, correct?
Yeah.
But it immediately is like it just flickers and nothing happens really. Your light spell fails to go off under the
Okay.
effect of this spell.
And then Ryza's going to try and cast the cantrip dancing lights.
Okay, same thing happens there. Dancing lights
Yeah.
try
yeah.
to dance into existence and don't. Anything with your move actions? Move anywhere? Or...
Yeah. We're going to 5-foot step into this blue box.
Okay. Brugar.
Hmm. Let's see. I just know that it's kind of close to me, right?
Yes, you heard it land kind of behind you, I guess. And you heard it shriek out, and you heard Philippe, you heard them hit each other, basically.
I'm gonna take a step over here and try to swing at it, but I'm gonna try and trip it. If it has feet and if it's standing.
Okay.
Here comes a trip.
Roll concealment? No, actually, that's not high enough to beat its CMD anyway, so no concealment. You just aren't able to.
Okay,
You do feel like
second
you
attack.
make contact with it.
I'm gonna try to trip it at 5 down.
Okay.
Oh,
Nope. Okay.
That's
Amber's
my
turn.
Location of auras. Is that next?
Yep.
Yeah, you would notice there is the aura that's kind of centered.
No, it's
really
the number of auras.
Oh.
Oh,
Uh, You notice one magic aura.
Okie dokie. I'll be able to do this next turn. That was a move to concentrate. I'm gonna full defense action.
Okay. The ghoul is going to chase after Brugar. I don't think he gets a flank because of the darkness, but he's going to attempt to attack you.
Okay.
15 probably misses. 15 probably misses. 18, does that hit? Or does that miss as well?
Nope.
Okay.
My flat-footed
even-
right now is 24.
Yeah, I figured it was something like that. It has to hit on a nat 20. And it's having
Yep,
difficult
I'm
time
just shield and
telling.
arm.
Yep. Tiki.
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna try to dispel this darkness. Yeah? Huh?
You do it this time. The darkness shrivels away, and
Oh my god, that's amazing.
now you can see this thing on the ground, standing upright,
Wait, you can actually do it like that?
with dispel magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that. I thought,
You could just dispel an area. You don't have to target a spell. It's just if you know
Oh.
the spell, you can target the spell.
So yeah, the darkness is dispelled. And do you do anything with your move action?
No, I'll stay here.
Okay. Now it's its turn then. So it kind of, snarls again at you. And it moves. into
Burger's
the-
thinking, no wonder it carried darkness with it. It's hella ugly.
It's really ugly, yeah. Let's see, spell-like abilities, it would still have to do a concentration check, otherwise it provokes, right?
I think that's how it is, yes.
So, instead, it's just going to attempt to do a full attack action. Actually, no, it's going to do... Let's see, that's a... It's just going to do its... It's going to look around and do its gaze attack. Everybody that can see him, which is
Okey-doke.
everybody, has to make a DC 18. Well, I don't have to say that. I guess I shouldn't tell you the DC. That's my mistake. Do a fortitude save.
Almost,
Oh, now I know if I need to use
almost
inspiration
made that
dice.
mistake.
Yeah. Well, I kind of did do a
Okay.
mistake. That's okay, though.
this
That's alright.
does not include the
It's not like I can
circle
make roll
against
20
evil.
roll.
Oh, baby.
Mine either.
You did the wrong
Oh,
save,
yeah.
though, for Philippe. It's supposed to be a fort
Wait.
save.
Oh, what? I want to take that 20. Okay, 19's good enough. I'll take it.
Okay. So it looks like only... Oh, actually, I need to get
Oh, no,
one
Tiki.
for...
I'm getting there.
I need to get one for Ryzen as well.
I might.
Yeah.
God bless Tiki.
I still get the bonus for the circle of evil.
Oh yeah.
That's
still not
true.
enough, though, is it?
I don't know.
No, it's not. But it's not the end of the world. You get a temporary negative level.
Okay.
So, yep, that's all that happens. That it sends this entire round gazing at everyone, and now it's Philippe's turn.
Oh, well, I can see it now. I'm gonna 5-foot step here. Study
Oh,
it.
Great. We're forming a conga line.
Study it, and attack with my
Okay.
rapier.
Okay.
And now the numbers should be right. Oh my god, I'm so good at this game.
Okay. Confirmed crit. Are you gonna take that? Or are you
I'm going to
hand
pass
off
it.
to the next buddy.
Hand it
next buddy that
off,
hits it.
so 10 damage before DR.
Okay, it doesn't seem like... It seems like you have opened a vulnerability to it, but other than that, it doesn't look like you've done any immediate damage to it. And, it's now... Anything else? Actually, anything else? You have... That was on your standard
No, I did
action,
everything.
basically.
I did study as move action.
Oh, study is a move action. Gotcha, okay. Kale's turn.
Okay. So I'm going to Come on. Whatever. Cast Ray of Frost on it.
What are you casting on it?
Ray of Frost.
Oh, you're just casting Ray of Frost? Okay. So let's see here. I think that actually misses because of the rain and the fact that he's in melee combat.
Okay.
Yep, yeah, he misses. That misses. So you try to shoot a Ray of Frost at him, it does not hit. Brugar.
Alright. Oh!
Oh, you have a move action you want to do? Sorry.
No, my...
Or you're familiar?
Yes. Make sure I have the range in this right. Yeah, okay, so my familiar is going to cast Flare in front of it.
Flare, okay.
It creates a burst of light. If it bursts directly in front of a creature, it's dazzled for 1 minute unless it makes a fort save.
A fort save. Yep. Let's make its fort save here. Oh, and actually, you have to make a caster level check to overcome its SR as well. I guess I should have made you do that when... Oh, you hit the ghoul the last time, actually. You hadn't actually hit it yet. So yeah, caster level check to overcome SR. Was that the 19 right there?
Plus caster level?
Yep. Okay, so it doesn't seem to affect him at all. It seems like the spell fizzles out.
Okay.
I'm assuming that this... Yeah, spell resistance, yes. Okay. So it doesn't work on him. Amber's turn. Or Bruger's turn, sorry.
Okay. I am going to try and trip this thing again. Now that I can see it.
You get a flanking
Here
bonus.
comes the trip
Also, keep in
attempt.
mind, the next attack for damage that hits this thing is an auto crit.
Correct. Well, the goal is to trip it and then try to
And
hit
then
it.
attack. Yep. Sounds good to me. Go ahead and try.
Even though it'll be 5 down, if I trip it, it'll be at -4 AC, so it's almost the same.
Yep.
Okay, I don't have the flanking added in here, but just it's at +2.
Okay. Right.
It's a what?
No trip.
Okay, then I'm just gonna try to hit it with my 5 down.
Nope.
With a 20 to hit?
20 to hit does not hit.
Okay. I tried.
Maybe Amber can take advantage of this free crit. Come on, Amber, let's see you do it. God damn it.
Nah.
Yes. It does.
It has to be a melee attack, right?
Maybe. I don't remember.
I'm not getting close enough to melee it. But I will.
God damn it!
Haste.
Why did freaking Alias have to die?
Kale could have just walked up
Oh,
and
what?
shocking
Well,
grass
he
a bit,
didn't
so...
have to die.
Y'all are haste.
Yeah, it has to be melee attack.
Everyone has haste. Okay.
Nice.
Haste for 7 rounds. Alright.
And
Hey.
I am going to.
That doesn't really...
No, I'm
You're
gonna.
gonna
I'm gonna stay where I
go
am.
make a conga line? Aww. Conga line. Conga line. Okay, guess whose turn it is, who has a flanking bonus. Oh man. He's still probably not gonna hit. He's gonna try his hardest. That probably misses. That probably misses. And that probably misses. Yeah, go ahead. It's a knowledge planes. Let's see. Amber doesn't really know much about this thing with that roll. It's a really low roll. I guess Ryza would know quite a bit. Probably the same sort of stuff I told Philippe earlier. If you remember what I told Philippe. DR10 versus cold iron or good. It resists acid, cold, and fire. Has spell resistance. It's immune to electricity. Actually, I guess that's the thing. Shocking Grass would not have been a good choice. It would have been immune to that.
It's immune to literally, or resists all of my damage I have.
It resists all the elementals stuff, basically. It's pretty tough to kill, actually.
It's a demon. They have to live in the
Planes.
what?
The Abyss.
So, yeah, Ryza
Demon
would
realm.
telepathic... never mind, I can't do that yet, because that's actually a standard action.
Anyway, the ghoul misses. It's Tiki's turn. Yeah, the ghoul's really pathetically weak. But this thing makes it... Like, if it kills one of you guys, then you guys turn into a ghoul as well. Now that you
Do we get to play the ghoul?
I don't know. I might let you play it for the combat until everyone kills it.
What if they don't? What if they want to get a cure for it? Is there a
you
cure?
know what the cure for ghouls is killing them.
Oh.
That's how you cure ghoulishness.
Oh.
Dang. Okay, this is like one of those moments where I'm like, I want to do it, but I'm not ready. I'm going to assume the term cast spells also refers to spell-like abilities, probably not supernatural. Yes, spell-like
yeah.
abilities. Okay, I am going to forbid it to cast spells.
Okay.
Oh, I never edited it. Oh, it's not that bad.
Okay. Let's see. Spell resistance check does not pass, so I cast a little check. So it's it just doesn't affect it at all. But it was a good try.
Tiki looks worried if anybody looks at her face.
Burger's not worried. He's just a little frustrated.
Well, at least you can see now.
So let's see. This guy's getting a little annoyed, and he is going to cast. He's going to defensively cast a spell-like ability. Make a spellcraft check to identify the spell.
You can't spellcraft spell-like abilities. You can spellcraft the spell affecting you or going in place. But you can't
Well, he
actually
fails his
spell-
concentration check anyway, so doesn't
Oh,
go
no.
off.
Well, I mean, good for us, but oh no for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So he attempts to do something, fails, and that's it. That's it. But he's gonna move out of the flank. He's gonna move like down here.
Oh, no.
Philippe's turn.
I'm going to
Why can't you
5-foot
spellcraft?
step and full round attack.
I think you can, but I could be wrong. On that.
Set buffs, haste enabled. Haste attack. Wait, that doesn't have my studiedness on it. Not that it matters. But,
I know you can't counterspell them though.
wait, plus.
Um,
That should be +3 on the first attack and the second attack probably.
oh, well
Let
then
me
they
double
both
check.
hit.
Yeah, I don't have my studied on for the haste macro.
Okay, well, it does hit.
Okay, and the damage
Right, but
is
we've been over this before, where you can identify a spell
not
without,
correct.
even if it's a silent still spell, you can still spellcraft it, because you basically identify the magical like particles as they're forming and the effect starts happening, like as it comes into effect.
So damage is
Yeah, I
10
get
and
that.
11 with the studied applied.
I think you
So
still
only
can know
one
what it
damage
is as they're
hits.
doing it though. The study should have been in there. Okay, so yeah, you do a little
Yeah,
bit of damage.
That should have been
Like
+3
barely.
on both of those. Yeah, like
Okay.
1.
Yes.
Because I know it has DR10. I'm Philippe, I'm helping.
All right.
You are helping. You're providing a flank.
Kale's
I
turn
did
now.
not do the flanking bonus last
Um,
time.
Does untyped damage overcome spell resistance?
Maybe. I mean, is it a spell? Look at the
Yes.
in the spell description. There'll be something in there that says somewhere that says spell resistance, yes or no.
Oh,
Like-
okay.
So most of the spells are no, with things like conjuration.
Spell
like
resistance,
trait hit.
yes.
Okay, then it doesn't automatically overcome spell resistance, but you can overcome it with a caster level check still.
Okay. So, I'm going to cast Vampire. Wait, is this a living creature then?
Yes, it's a demon.
Okay, I'm going to cast Vampiric Touch. And
Okay.
can I deliver the attack in the same round?
You sure can.
If you
Okay.
can get to it. Yeah.
Wait, you're a Magus?
I'm a Magus without a second arm.
I had no idea
Yeah,
you were a Magus.
He's kind of
Okay.
a really gimped Magus right now because he can't do spell combat basically, but he
Mhm.
can still do spell strike. So if you wanted to, after you cast it, you could actually move up, pull your weapon out, and deliver a free attack with your weapon. But then you're gonna have your weapon in your hand if you want to cast.
I don't want my
spells,
weapon
which
in my
is
hand.
Awkward. Okay, so you can just try to deliver a normal touch attack. So that will hit, but you do have to roll to overcome spell resistance.
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, the spell does not do anything,
And the spell
Okay.
fizzles.
and the spell fizzles. Normally, you'd keep it if you like missed your touch attack, but since
Yay.
you hit, the spell just disappears.
Okay. So,
That'd be your whole turn, unless you have a swift action you'd like to do.
my
or the
fairy,
familiar.
or Ryza is going
yeah.
to do, would this be considered a 5-foot cone diagonal?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, it's going to do, a breath attack, a DC 12 fort negates. And I don't,
Okay. It's not a spell, it's breath attack, so it just makes a fort save.
Yeah.
Looks like it saves.
yeah, it saves. Dang. Can't do that again for 4 rounds. But Kael is now visible. as
Okay,
he
the-
attacked.
Yep, the fairy dragon is not.
Is not, is still invisible.
Yep. Okay. Alright, for your turn then, it'll be Brugar's turn now.
I'm going to 5-foot step as long as I'm able to right here.
Yep.
Then I'm going to try and trip it as a full round action. Well, I'm going to start my full round attack. So first is a
Yep.
trip.
This time you have haste, keep in mind too, so...
I do! I need to activate my haste buff. I have haste buff and I made a flanking buff now.
Nice.
Here it comes.
That time you trip it.
Haha! Down it goes. So here comes the 5 down attack with my my cold iron warhammer.
By your Warhammer's Cold Iron? That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's cold iron. Cold.
Nice.
What good dwarf doesn't have a cold iron warhammer or something on the?
Yeah, no, it's good. So let's see, because it is... No, even though it's prone, it's still... Wait, does that include the flank bonus as well for that attack roll?
Yes, that is including everything.
Okay, so, yeah, it doesn't hit then. But you do
Okay,
have...
now here's my haste attack at full base attack.
Yep.
With the haste and with the flanking.
Okay, that one hits and does its full damage as it shrieks out as it hits. Much more of a shriek than when Philippe's hit it, where it didn't care as much.
Wow.
Oh, take away 2 points of damage. I had to adjust the multiplier from 1.5 to 1 times, because I'm not two-handing it.
Got it, okay.
So it should do 12.
Okay.
Okay, and Drugor lets out a triumphant, "Ha-ha! It bleeds! We can kill it!"
Alright.
We already knew that. I stabbed it. Okay.
Amber's turn.
Don't comment, Pluto.
I see you like the darkness. Let's roll a caster level check. I am casting blindness deafness on this thing.
Okay.
Nope.
Yep, it's so far been completely immune to all spells that have attempted to hit it.
That's the spell resistance working for you.
Yep. The ghoul is intelligent enough to know to flank, so it's gonna... But actually, it's intelligent enough to
Wait,
realize it
I'm
can't
not
hit this.
done.
Oh, you have a move action you want to do? Go ahead.
I'm going to move here. Yeah. Let's move there.
Yeah, I know there's like feats you can take to actually make it so you can't identify the spell at all. Like, you can build to do that, to cast spells without anybody noticing you're doing it.
Right, but
And
that's
it does
spells,
use,
not
like, it's
spell-like abilities. That's the ultimate question: is spell-like abilities,
Right.
do they fall under this or not?
Yeah, I assume that they do, because they're, yeah, like I said, spell-like abilities, but like the spell-like part of it makes, in my opinion, it means you can identify them, but... So you're just moving up there, okay. The ghoul is smart enough to know to flank, but not smart enough to realize that it probably should stop attacking this dwarf that has like 30 AC. And it's gonna keep...
This
trying
is
to
where I
attack.
need to take quick bull rush, so that I can just be like, get the hell away from me.
Hey, does a 24 hit Brugar with this?
It would have
claw?
if it was still dark, but I have my 1 dex now, so my AC is 25.
And you have a
You're
haste,
also hasted.
Oh, and I'm hasted.
a haste buff, so yeah. This thing is not having a good day. Alright, it doesn't do anything. Tiki,
Okay.
it's a CR1 ghoul for you, I guess.
What's the penalty on the, is it a demon? You said?
It is a demon.
What is that penalty, that thing on him? What is he, on the ground, or?
He's prone, so
Prone, he's
-4 to melee attacks. He does have a +4 to ranged attacks. In addition to that, you have a -4 penalty to ranged attacks because of the rain. So ranged attacks are not going to have a fun time hitting him. I guess having the rain condition doesn't really affect this party as much as some parties.
Not like a
Some parties
gunslinger.
Yeah, you have like a party with like a gunslinger or something like that, or people that like an archer or something like that. You're just like, yeah, rain, and they're like, fuck you.
Like almost every
just
Reign of
screwed me
Winter
over.
group that ever started Reign of Winter.
Yeah.
They're all
'Cause
like,
of the snow, it has the
range!
same-
And then
the
they
same
were like,
penalty.
fuck this shit. Yeah, for some reason everybody thought
Yep.
ranged was a good idea, and then they all regret it, session 1 or 2. So good. I can't see health bars again, and that's fine, but who took hits? Did Philippe?
Philippe took a single hit, and
Yep.
that's it. No one else has
Only
taken any
Philippe?
damage from this thing yet. Yep.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and move up and use a Cure Light on him.
Okay. Philippe probably is at full health again now.
Yep.
Yay.
Thank you, Tiki.
Oh, oops. My thing's not lined up right. There we go.
Alright, it's its turn now. Or no, yeah, it is its turn now. It's going to use, well, it's going to attempt to use a spell-like ability. It's going to have to try to concentrate. So, let's see. I think that's high enough to get this off. Yes, it is. He is using his Deeper Darkness ability again, as everything goes pitch black again.
Ah,
And,
Great.
Yeah, you all hear into your head his telepathy again. It says you'll all pay for this. And yep, that's its turn. It casts that and it stands back up, but of course it's in the darkness, so nobody's able to, it doesn't provoke. Philippe, it's your turn, so it's dark again.
I'm going to try and hit it through the darkness.
Okay, you do not get the flanking bonus, but you do get the haste bonus.
Do I get the studied target bonus?
Yes, because you already studied it.
Okay. Let me 2 seconds to fix this. Okay. Sometimes we get
Okay,
lucky.
roll some concealment rolls.
Sometimes we get unlucky.
Miss and a hit. So you hit with one attack for a little bit of damage.
For 1 damage.
Yeah, basically. Kael, it's your turn.
Which is
It's dark
pretty
again.
good for Philippe in the darkness. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Well, this is fun for Kale.
Kill, use your ulti to keep me alive.
I'm going to... Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Actually, no, I'm not going to... yeah. I'm going to 5-foot step away.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Bear's Endurance.
Okay.
and touch
On
Philippe with it.
So Philippe has more health now. He gets
You
plus
get
4
plus 4 to
Constitution.
con.
Unless he has like
Okay.
another con item. I don't think you do though, like a con belt.
I do not.
Okay.
So that's 2 times
So-
7, so 14 health.
You get 14 more maximum health, and your fort saves better,
Yeah.
and some other stuff. Alright.
Okay. Thank you.
Brugar, it's your turn, so you can't see anything again because it's dark, but you do know that there is the thing that was next to you just stood up again.
Alright, well, if I know that it stood up, then I'm gonna try and knock it down.
Okay. Yeah, you could hear it getting up.
Because
but
that's what I do.
You couldn't see it.
Trip away. Oh wait, hold on, I gotta get rid of this flanking bonus. Because I'm not considered flanking it, but I still have the haste. So here goes Trip. Probably not.
It is actually, but you have to roll a concealment check.
Ooh. Oh, nope.
Nope, you have more attacks, so.
Yep, I do. So this next attack is just going to be me trying to hit it at 5 down.
Boo.
Doesn't hit. I'm guessing it doesn't hit.
No, that one does not.
Okay, and as my last attack, I'm going to try and trip it with a full BAB.
Yeah.
That one hits. Unless you miss your concealment again.
Haha!
Yeah.
It's you hear it get to fall to the ground, and it snarls something in Abyssal. That I don't think anybody speaks Abyssal, but yeah.
I do.
I
Burgard
understand.
just yells
I have a
out,
helmet.
haha!
Okay. So you
What
hear
does
it
he say?
yell in Abyssal. It's just a curse word, like "Oh fuck! I can't believe you've done this."
And I think I actually have Abyssal.
Oh,
I
okay.
do. It's a knowledge, language known.
Cool. So you know that he yells, "Oh fuck! I can't believe you've done this," as he gets tripped.
It's the rough
in
translation.
Abyssal. That's a rough translation of what he says.
So I actually know that he's cast this spell. So I'm going to try to dispel this spell.
Okay.
So I think I need to make a caster level check.
Correct.
Hopefully it won't be ass like my last one. Nope.
That's pretty ass. Alright. You failed to get rid of the darkness. The ghoul is gonna continue to be his ineffectual self. And he misses 3 times. Tiki.
So, I heard something hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna try to dispel.
Okay. It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I just don't want to burn a whole lot of spells, but you know, whatever. I'm stingy.
Oh my god.
Oh, wrong button. That button. Or
Wall
did
of
it roll a
tap.
forward in there? Did it roll?
It
Oh,
rolled a
did.
caster
It
level
actually
check for
did
you.
roll a castle check for you.
Oh, nice.
I don't think that's high enough to dispel it though. So, unfortunately, it's still dark.
Yeah.
You needed more text in your description to roll higher.
Oh, I'll get greater dispel for you.
There we go. Yeah, that's what we need. We need greater dispel. So you hear it all telepathically, yet say, "This isn't over. We will meet again."
Oh.
Oh.
And that's all you notice happen. Philippe.
What? Do I sense it's still there? I say tentatively as I try and find my character sheet. Button. Bouton.
You don't really hear anything. You just heard this telepathic voice, and that was it.
Okay, I'll try and full round attack in the direction of where it was last.
Okay. You're pretty confident that there's nothing there in the square. That the square is empty.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
good. But
Yeah,
can I
we can-
let one of my allies crit the square next round?
Sure. So yeah, we're gonna exit out of combat anyway. Like you guys realize.
So is
at
the
this
it
point.
still dark?
It's still dark. The ghoul's
Dang.
still there, I guess. So, I mean, we can do the combat with the ghoul, I guess. I suppose.
Yeah.
Continue the combat with the CR1 ghoul. All right, let's see it. Let's go. Kael, your turn. Philippe maybe he's like, it's
Gale
gone.
doesn't know where anything is.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
true.
definitely just like, like it's not here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally fine with just glossing over. You guys kill the ghoul because it's a CR1 ghoul that's already taken 9 points of damage. It has like
We killed
12
the
points
ghoul.
total.
We kill the ghoul.
So we'll just say that.
Ryza's
You
going
kill
the
to
ghoul.
try and telepathically commute with the whatever that was. Nask, are you still there?
Okay.
Can you hear
but
me now?
get Nabasu, you mean? The Nabasu?
Yeah.
But you get no response from the Nabasu. It seems to have
Okay.
left somewhere. You do know from your previous knowledge text that one of its abilities is it's able to teleport itself, so you suspect that it probably did that. And used the cover of darkness to...
We made an enemy, yay.
Yeah.
We already had
That's
enemies.
enemy number 3.
It would have not, if you guys had dispelled that darkness that he recast, it probably, it wouldn't have even tried it, because it doesn't have that good a concentration, and the DC for a greater teleport is, pretty high.
Don't worry, I'm
But-
gonna get whatchamacallit, disruptive very soon.
Yeah,
It'll be
that'll be
even
really
harder.
good. So, yep, that's probably pretty close to where we're gonna call session. But yeah, you guys made another enemy that might show up
Correct.
again. Maybe they'll form a freaking team,
Band.
team bad guy that's been had their ass kicked by this party. It'll be that hag. It'll be a Kai. And
Oh
it'll
my
just-
god.
And they'll just show up as the doofiest.
And their
monster.
leader
The
is the
demon didn't really
Klausar.
have its ass kicked. It kind of just...
Yeah, did we
got
actually beat it
frustrated.
at all?
Steroids.
I'm gonna give you guys some experience for killing the ghoul.
2
Oh,
experience each.
Everyone gets 100 experience. No, I'll give you a little bit more as well. Not the full experience, but I'll give everybody a total of 400 experience each. Not a whole
Sweet.
lot.
Alright.
We gained experience fighting the scary monster.
Yeah.
And yes, Pluto, I have a lot of languages.
Yeah.
And so does Amber.
Right.
Okay.
Wait, did you say
You know,
400 or
6 int
500?
mod and 6 skill points into linguistics.
Yeah. That's fair.
I don't know where my experience is at on this sheet.
We got how much each? 400?
400, not a whole lot, but 400.
Found it.
Okay.
So I'm at 24,920.
That's where I'm at.